And hello. Feeling a little flustered.
Is it time?
It is time.
Oh my.
I'm a little discombobulated this afternoon. You guys probably noticed that I didn't even have a thumbnail or had anything scheduled until like last minute. Yes, I meant to do some of this yesterday and this morning, and well, what do you know? I actually had work to do today. I was I
Yay.
was quite busy today, so it just didn't happen. And in fact, I didn't get to eat dinner, so I had to hurry up and throw together one of my breakfast sandwiches. You know, I make my own English muffins, and I just made a whole batch yesterday. So I made an egg sandwich. Don't laugh. I just ate old mole. I don't know what else to say. I bought mole in Puebla from a Oaxacan market. That was over 18 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The sticker on the package of mole had January, so 0126. Well, if I die tomorrow, you know why.
It ain't gonna be because of the mole.
I think the mole's fine.
Yeah.
But gosh, I do love mole negro. Oh man. So it's good on my egg sandwiches. So hi, I'm a little bit catching up here. I Arlene and Annie Ved. Hello, Suzanne. Hello, hello. And I'm going to be chewing on one of these. Look what I bought at the Gringo store in Ajijic. It's probably backwards. It is backwards. It's backwards.
No one.
Well, yeah, it is. Look, it's backwards. I don't have us
Oh.
mirrored. I
Oh.
thought this thing mirrored, but it doesn't. That's okay. Anyway, it is caramel coffee. Yum, yum. Two things you don't like.
Well, caramel's acceptable.
So, hey, this is a great question. No, it was not frozen. When I bought it, I bought two brands of mole negro. I bought it from a what is the name? Is it Mayordomo? The chocolate people in Oaxaca.
Oh.
I,
Yeah. You,
is it Mayordomo?
I don't know.
Mayordomo, I think, or something like that.
It's chocolate.
They
That
make
means
chocolate and they sell their own mole. Well, they had a stand set up at this little Jardin thing in Puebla, and I bought their brand and I bought this other brand at the same time. And I kind of forgot that I had the other brand. It's been sitting around in its originally sealed plastic bag things, double sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Smells good. It looks good. It doesn't look like it's got anything growing in it. Tastes okay.
Whatever.
But it was not frozen, no. Oh, but it is yummy. Hey, it's only a month out of date, I guess. Maybe that's a sell by. That might be a sell by. I don't know.
Of course, I don't know what the deal is here in Mexico, but in the U.S., the sell by date and the date you're going to have it go bad are so different because of the litigious nature.
This was already made. It's in a block, a paste block, and it was inside one bag and then sealed in another bag, and yeah. I'm like squeezing it out of the corner of the bag onto my sandwiches. All right, here you go. Hola, Lemden. And Zen Maiden. Hey there.
Oh.
That Olympic match. Yeah, you should have heard Mark. I could hear him outside.
Whoa. I mean, I was like 90 seconds left. Yeah, hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. Oh, shit. We just gave up the tying goal. And then it was like, and you never can count anything in overtime because overtime is, one bad break and boom, done. See you guys. So, no, that was, and now we got Slovakia. So, I mean, everybody's sort of, I hope the boys aren't looking ahead to Sunday thinking, yeah, we're going to get Canada because Canada got taken overtime as well. So hopefully today was a wake-up call. But tomorrow, the girls in Canada go for the gold at noon. Here.
Here.
Yeah.
Noon Central. Noon Central.
Yes. Which,
All right.
I mean, I don't mind watching the girls. It's sort of like it's
sweaty though.
Yes, it was. The girls are like watching half speed.
Oh my gosh, I noticed that. I said to him, I was just watching a little bit of it, and it was so tame. It was like watching when Lexi used to play soccer when
Yep.
she was 5 or 6, and the whole field
me
would
but
just
soccer.
move, just all running out. That's what it felt like. I'm like, man, they're so timid. There's no aggressiveness, and they're moving like half speed, and their swings aren't nearly as aggressive. And I don't know, it was kind of boring. What are you gonna do?
Go for the gold tomorrow.
Go for the gold. What did I see? What did I miss? What did I miss? Hola from Chicago. Hola, hola. We're gonna say hello, gringismo. Let's see. Okay, I can't wait for the party details from the Ajijic party. Mark actually. So let's show this real quick. This gringa got tired of running to the papeleria to make copies, so I ordered a printer, which I realized that I'll get to that in a minute. I realized that they're very inexpensive to just go get copies made. It's like 2 or 3 pesos a page max. But there's none really very close to us. So anytime we need to maybe print out a return label or something, we got to go hunt one down. Sometimes we drive to one in El Pueblito.
Mm-hmm.
One time we walked to one somewhere in Centro. But we always have to find one. And then, of course, I have to communicate and tell them what I need and everything. That's not the problem. It's just the fact we have to find one. So, sometimes I use them for my art and stuff. We had one just like this in the States, and we had to give it up. It was the multifunction that had the scanner and the printer and the fax and blah, 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 blah.
Nobody needs a fax anymore.
Nobody needs a fax anymore. So this one is like that, except that it doesn't have the fax. So it still has a scanner, and it's one of the highest DPI scanning and printing printers that you can get. And it's laser toner, which I like because if it gets wet, it doesn't bleed. So I bought one. It was refurbished. I wasn't exactly sure if it was, but the price made me think probably. When I went to pay for it, the number in my cart that I was paying seemed a little high, but I had a lot of stuff in the cart. And it was just one of those dumb moments where I'm like, yeah, that must be what everything came to. And then as soon as I paid for it, I realized that I ordered 2 of these printers, the highest ticketed items in the cart. So I immediately tried to cancel one of the printers, but they wouldn't let me. And the only thing I can figure is the reason they wouldn't let me is those printers were imported from the US, and I had to wait until they got here and then return one. Of course, now that I have a printer, I was able to print out the estafeta shipping label.
Well, and the return piece to go on the inside, and then the label to go on the outside. And
now, the downside is that I am only going to get back the amount of money for the cost itself. I do not get back the import fees. Okay, stupid mistake. Oops. I did try to see if anybody wanted to buy it from me. But the truth is most people, again, unless you're doing some of the stuff that I do,
well, I mean,
most people here don't need a printer because they can just go to the papeleria and get cheap copies.
I mean, if we lived over by Annie and Arlene, I mean, it's right down the street.
But
so
it's
a piece of cake.
We're a little bit rural where we are. So, I mean, it's a 1-mile walk just to get to the gates,
Minimum.
Yeah. So anyway, let's see. So let's talk about the party. So
Well, you can answer that question real quick since we just got done sort of bringing that up.
Which one?
The last one.
Oh, Where are you at today? Oh, we're
We're home.
home. We're home. We're in Querétaro. Yes, yes, yes.
This
Um,
is our big terraza on the main floor that,
yeah.
and it's got the lilies and it's got the orange tree and it's
Yeah,
got
look
the
at those
jade plant.
lilies,
And
man. Don't they look great?
so, yeah, we like this little calm area here.
We even got ourselves a little gas fire pit to sit out
Mm-hmm.
here. Although it doesn't really give off much heat, it's just pretty to look at. Uh,
Yeah.
you know, so we get to burn some propane and go, ooh. But it is a good place to set your drinks down.
Yes.
And I bought some coasters. I'm excited about my coasters.
So,
All right, so Mark has this nice long list about Mextranjero topics. He was so very organized.
well, I just figured if we were going to talk about it, it made sense. That way we
Yeah.
could sort of down the list. Attendance was really good, which we figured was going to be the case, being that it was in Ajijic,
Mm-hmm.
and with the support from the Lake Chapala Society, which thank you for donating the use of the Lake Chapala Society, for several things. I mean, we had collaborations there. We also had some meetups for the um, different channels, and then we had the main event right there. So that made it really nice to be able to have that. It's a beautiful piece of property, and they normally never allow it to be used for free, and they did for this. So,
Yeah.
thank you very much. If you happen to be in the Ajijic area or in Chapala,
Mm-hmm.
it is worth going to see because they have a tremendous agenda going as
Oh
far
man,
as their schedule. There's always.
there's always something going on.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I noticed that were upcoming were some pretty nice concerts. I mean, they had American Idol and the other talent shows. These people were coming to perform. I mean, I think that's impressive. What, they're coming to Ajijic? Why not? That's kind of cool. And they have other performances. There was like I think a Sinatra and a Buble tribute
Yep.
that was coming.
And then Adele.
Adele, there was an Adele tribute that was coming. So they get some nice concerts in. The other things that I noticed happening on site while we were there, they had an open mic
Yep.
and they had a lot of participants and
Yep.
a real nice size audience. There was a girl who was singing Kate Bush, Army Dreamers. I heard it and I went, no way. Who in Mexico is singing a Kate Bush song right now? And I had to get up and leave the room and go out and see what was happening. She was so good. Um, they also had art classes
Yep.
that were
I
happening
mean,
while we were there.
they had chess. Uh,
Hmm.
I don't know if there were matches or a tournament that was going on as well. Pottery. Had the guy that was out there painting.
Yep.
I mean, it was all sorts of different things that were going on. So,
And they do programs for the citizens too.
yes, they do.
Volunteer programs. They don't charge the citizens for these things.
Literacy and
Mhm.
teaching, English as a second language and all sorts of different things. So, they're very involved in the community, both for, the foreigners who live there and as well as the locals.
I want to say they've been doing it for a minimum
Oh,
75 years.
I think it was like 56, 50,
Well,
60.
a long time.
I mean,
It's been a long time.
it's pushing that. So, it's definitely been a while. I think that we were all trying to put a number on how many people were there. And I think we've all sort of come up with there was probably between 250 and 300 people.
Yeah.
So that's a huge growth.
That's like 10 times. 10 times what we saw.
I think we had 35 to 40, in year one. So, I mean, it's substantial growth. And 14 channels. We had 7 year one, so we doubled the number of channels. So that was, it was impressive all the way around. And one of the things we did was, we all did collaborations together. We did 3 of them. We did one with Brighton and Cat, which
almost retired.
almost
in Mexico.
retired Mexico, which, we've met them before. You guys have seen them. We were at 1810 having dinner, and, we briefly showed up in one of their videos, and then they briefly showed up in one of ours. But we actually got time to sit down and do a collaboration with them.
Yep.
We did a great one with Jeff from Papa Got a GoPro.
Oh my God, guys, wait till you see that video. What he's got planned for his new YouTube channel.
It's
Wow.
stunning. I
it's
mean,
peak,
it was
peak.
like, I
Yeah.
kept having to shut the
I
mouth because the
know.
jaw just kept going.
I know.
Huh?
And I was sitting there going, why the heck didn't we think of that? He's got some great
He's
ideas
got
coming.
some great ideas, and that's, we can't wait to unveil that. And we don't want to get ahead of that. It's going to be hopefully sometime in March that we drop all those. And then we did
Yeah.
one with Queer Money, and those guys, very interesting story in how they dug themselves out of the hole that a lot of us found ourselves in, as just
Yep.
going through life and suddenly going, we're not getting anywhere. And so,
And this is not the life we want to see in our
Right.
retirement years. How do we get there?
so
Yeah.
and, those will all be coming boom, boom, boom here shortly. And then I think we will definitely be on Brighton's channel, and we'll definitely be on Queer Money's channel. And I'm not sure what we're doing exactly with Papa. I don't know if that's all on ours or
Oh,
part
well,
on
I
his.
can tell you the plan.
okay.
The plan is that Papa is going to drop a video, kind of saying, "Hey, I've been interviewed by
Okay.
Gringos or Us,"
I want
and then the actual interview video is us interviewing him.
and if you see us all sort of cracking up during that, it's because,
We had troublemakers.
yeah, tall Mark with us that can't spell his name right from Two Travelers Mexico, was doing all sorts of things to try and keep
Yeah.
us entertained.
Yeah.
And he was doing a very good job
That's
of doing
okay.
it.
I ended up photobombing one of their collaborative. I didn't even know it, and that'll be showing up in some video.
Payback's a
here,
bitch.
Here comes Gina.
Yeah. So
I didn't know. It wasn't intentional.
Bruno's spot on. They delivered as they always do.
Oh, can I give a really huge round of applause for Bruno's?
Oh,
Because I don't know how many of you have ever worked in restaurant business, but when you only have to cover a 4-person party or a 6-person party, it's work, but it's contained. These guys handled an 18-person party, and in amazing grace, efficiency.
especially since when we got there, somebody had just decided to sit at our table.
We didn't know who they were.
And we were like, okay, did they just decide to show up? And I'm like, oh crap, now we're up to 21, and they had 18.
They had 18.
They had 18. And it was like they were booked for the night. And Esmeralda and Daniel jumped on that and were like, let's see what we can do. And they were scurrying around the back. They found a table, put the table out, and got it covered, got chairs for it. And then the party of 3 at the end suddenly realized
they were at the wrong party.
Oh, you guys are all together. Yeah.
We're still trying to figure out how they ended up at our table, because these are by reservation and you get seated by somebody. Usually. We don't know how they ended up in our group.
Yeah, so they ended up finally moving to a different table,
Yeah.
and then we were able to all 18 get there. And Daniel, in his usual perfect way, starts at one end, starts taking the orders, and by the time he's done, he knows what everybody's drinking, he knows their names and everything else.
He was very organized. He had the bills all separate from the very get-go. He was just impressive.
Always has been, every time.
This is the biggest tip we ever gave him that night.
Mm-hmm.
He needed it.
Yes.
Because we were the last group to leave as well. So they all hung around very patiently, waiting for us to finish desserts or whatever we were having. And we probably kept them open about 30 minutes longer than normal. So,
And then when we were driving back from Ajijic back here to Querétaro, G and I decided that, yep, we're going to do that every year. Not at Bruno's, wherever the location is,
oh,
we're going to have a Gringos R Us dinner.
nice.
So, because we had a blast with all you guys that were able to make it.
Yes.
And that was so much fun. So we're like, okay, yeah, this is going to start becoming, whatever else is going on one night while we're there, we're going to be doing, the Gringos R Us dinner. So,
Is that what we're going to call it?
well, you've been trying to come up with the right new name for the subscribers.
Oh, yes. Coming soon. Uh, near a voting poll near you. We've been we've had people ask us if we wanted to have a name for our group of subscribers. And someone said Gruz, the Gruz, GRU. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm like, there's something that just doesn't sit well with me. And then I realized what it was. That's the name of a character in Despicable Me. And plus it sounds kind of icky. You're,
Well, that's
you're a Gru. I don't know. So we're coming up with some names. One of the ones that came up was the um, something crew. I can't remember. Oh, you can too
You Can
crew.
Too crew.
You can too crew. I don't know. We'll come up with some names and see what you think. You can let us know if you like them. Maybe you got something better.
No, I mean that. No, it was somebody. I mean, hey, Margie's name came from somebody. I think that
Yeah.
was Laura Barton that came up with
Mark, Gina, Margie.
Margie.
Yep.
So, if somebody has, because you guys are every bit as creative as we are. So if somebody goes, oh, have you thought about? Because we're trying to come up with a name. So whatever it could be.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. We're not gonna open up the whatever the subscriber group thing on YouTube because I think that's at a premium, and we're not charging people for this stuff. So
No.
you know, I don't know. We're
And
still
besides,
talking about it.
besides that, excuse me, you guys are the ones going to be called it. So I mean, it's
Yeah.
you know,
we're, we're gonna have names. Let's catch up here with some notes. And yes, it has grown in numbers, and we're hoping that
that's sort of
it
the.
will
I mean,
be that way.
actually, the the next one on the list, because I sort of already did the bump up for Lake Chapala,
Yeah.
is we got to give. I don't know if any of them are watching, but they had volunteers
Yes.
in this whole event that were phenomenal. I mean, they were everywhere. And if you needed something, what can we get for you? What can we do?
Yes.
And
Well,
just
for example, let's give examples of what the volunteers did. So, for the collaboration videos, we had a schedule with a location and a time that two groups would be together to do their collaboration. And there was a bunch of these going on at different times. At each of those locations, they had a volunteer that was stationed there with identification to assist you if you needed something, um, stuff like that. When we went back to Lake Chapala Society, there was somebody there
well,
who,
yes, and in particular, got to give a shout out to Mitsu because
yes,
he was everywhere. I mean, it was just like boom, and all the volunteers. I mean, from the night we
mm-hmm,
started at
mm-hmm.
the Lucky Bar, checking everybody in, and all of that, to you know getting the collaborations and the okay, good. Well, just to give you a case in point, they had a beautiful location at the Lake Chapala Society picked out, but the problem was it was right by the koi pond and it was right by the pump.
Yeah, you could hear it.
And so as soon as I walked over there, I went, this ain't gonna work because that background noise. we fought that battle once and it did not end well for us. So, we were like, okay, let's see what we can do. And told the volunteer, and the volunteer went, oh, we never even thought about that. And I'm like, hey, we've been guilty of that ourselves. It's only by experience that we know, no, we got to get rid of that. And so we're walking around Lake Chapala Society looking for spots. And, well, there's this, but nah, that's not really going to work. Let's try over here. And
I mean, there's a lot of things you have to take into consideration, like how harsh is the sun.
Right. You don't want you want dark shadow with bright sunlight,
right?
Because then everything gets washed out. And as soon as we found a spot, we did a little test just to make sure that it wasn't too dark, because we were like, this would be nice. Did a quick visual test of it and went, this is going to work. The guys, what tables do you need me to move? Boom, 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 boom.
Yep.
And then they had a little thing going on down at the end that was starting right as we were ending, where they were doing blood pressure checks, and he was with them going, can you give us just a few more minutes, just so they can finish down here? I mean, so they were great, and that was Frank. So everywhere we got to the second location, and they were having some type of dance jazzercise type of things, and
so the music we couldn't have, not with the music playing in the background.
I mean, it would have been great because you had the Ajijic letters right there.
Oh, but also
couldn't do it that direction because
the sun backlights.
Right.
We had that issue before when we were there. The sun is always just sort of right there behind those letters, hitting the water or whatever. So you can't really record much right there in that sunlight. And then there was music. And then it was also very windy that day.
And then if we had turned it around, you got seeing a variety of butts shaking back and forth to all the dance. So, I mean, it's like, okay, we're going to find us a little bit more of a serene location. And they were like, tell us where we need to go. And so, we found a spot, boom, we were good to go. And so that was consistent throughout. They were there, the entire event. They were phenomenal, and they were only there because of all the hard work that KJ and Craig from Truly Remarkable Life. Those guys did a bang up job. They took what little skeleton we put together last year and went, hey, let's have a party and all get together and have fun. And they made it an event.
They made it an event because they have event planning, corporate Verizon level event planning experience. So we actually had a check-in where we came as YouTubers and we signed in and we got a swag bag. And in the swag bag, it had our schedules for our collabs, times and where we were doing them. It had classes that we had signed up for, times and where the classes are. It was all laid out, just like a convention.
Yeah.
Of course, we had a lot more stuff that we were doing. The public event was mostly we had a happy hour at Lucky
Bar. Happy hour at the Lucky Bar.
Happy hour at the El Gato Feo Cafe.
Right. And then the meet and greet.
And then, of course, we had dinners.
Well, yeah.
That was sort of like on us with our group.
Well,
and then we had the meet and greet, and that was it for the public. The rest of it was literally 4 days of stuff scheduled for collaborators and YouTubers. And we had super fans. We each got a pair of super fans who were more or less kind of volunteering to help us with stuff.
Thank you, Mary and Scott.
Yeah. And really, Mary and Scott didn't have to do a whole lot for us. It's not like we had merch for sale, and it's not like we were doing anything especially interesting. We had a table. Everybody had a table, and at the Lake Chapala Society. And if you had stuff, like if you had stickers and magnets or whatever, your cards, you would put those out and people would come to the table and you would talk to them. And so, we had the volunteers, we had our super fans that were helping us. And then we had KJ and Craig who did so much organization.
Oh, the biggest thing that they have done is they have built this now so that 2027, and no, we have not yet selected where it's going to be in 2027. That will be coming here very shortly. one of the things that occurred is there was an illness that sort of struck the group at the end, and
Yeah, I didn't get it. Lucky
fortunately
me.
she didn't get it. I did. KJ did,
I
and
think Craig did too.
then Yami and Ernie were vacationing in the Riviera Maya. So as soon as everybody is back, we're going to get together and we will make the determination as to where it will be in 2027, because we know you guys want to know A, where it's going to be, and B, we want to give the hosts of it as much time to be able to put it together, because they got some big shoes to fill.
Well,
I mean, and but the good news is a lot of the things that KJ and Craig did are as simple as, okay, all we got to do is change it from 2026 to 2027 and change Ajijic to whatever city it's going to be in.
yeah,
And so now all the templates and everything, they've already created the databases of all the channels. They've
Yep.
created, a lot of the hard
they laid the foundation.
foundation work they
Yeah.
did. So, it's a lot more now of driving it to try and get responses from all of you guys, which y'all were great. Y'all made this whole thing happen because it's all for you anyway. And then, on the ground, finding where, what locations and things like that.
What they introduced in this level of event planning, which would have just been overwhelming for me, is they were able to get sponsors, and the sponsors helped pay for things. So let me explain what I mean by that. The creators had 4 days of stuff that we were doing. On day one, the two first rounds of drinks were paid for by Mexico Relocation Guide.
Thank you, Mariana.
And
she was a named big sponsor of the event. So thank you very much for your participation on that, Mariana.
And then another thing, so we had that the one night.
And then Scott Cross, who is a local real estate agent, was the other primary sponsor. So the two of them, opened up the checkbook and went, okay, because there were things that needed to get printed. There were banners and stuff like this.
And we all got lunch. We all got sandwiches made from a local deli, and they were very, very good. That was paid for by sponsorship. So they introduced the concept of having paying sponsors. And so in return, the sponsors get their name, on the banner and stuff, and they get the credit and the exposure. But the things that they did, the printed materials, the posters, the big banner on the stage at Lake Chapala Society, the swag bags that we all got as creators, the food, the drinks, money had to come from someone. And I remember originally in early talks, we had discussed about each of the creators maybe putting down a deposit to lock in their participation and help cover these costs. Well, we didn't have to do that. We had sponsors. So that sponsorship's a little scary for me, because I would never know where to go or who to ask or any of those things.
No, I'm already working on 2027. So.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That was a big deal.
We are not hosting it in 2027. I mean, we are involved. We will be involved in it, but no, it is not going to be here in Querétaro. I can tell you that. A couple of things that we have come up with. We're going to try and make sure that it's at least 5 years between return visits to locations.
We want to move it around.
We want to move it around
Mexico,
so that people have an opportunity to see more and more of this beautiful country. So and quite honestly, it's after watching KJ and Craig at the end when we had the wrap up brunch, they were whooped. I mean, they worked their butts off.
Yes, they did.
So,
and they were always professional.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I want to share more about what we actually did as creators, though, how this was different than what the first year was like. So
we'll go right ahead.
Well, the first year, we were like, hey, let's all get together. And it just kind of grew from that. We had this Airbnb, and people just came and went as they wanted. It was very casual and very organic, and it just went really well. And we weren't expecting that. But KJ and Craig, with the experience that they have in event planning, foresaw what it could be. And so they enacted that. And so instead of having 2 days of people just coming and going, one day for creators, the next day for subscribers, what happened with this one is on day one we had the happy hour at the Lucky Bar, and of course the first two rounds of drinks were covered by Mexico Relocation Guide, and then after the intro, getting everyone registered, letting them know how things were going to flow, just giving us the breakdown. Then it opened up for the public to join us as well. That was night one. Night two, I'm probably going to get these out of order. I don't know. I probably am going to get them out of order. But anyway, then we had the day of collaboration videos. So the morning, I want to say we had 90 minutes between each collaboration. That was enough time to get to the location for both YouTube channels to record something and then get to your next location for your next collaboration. Well, that was all organized. Channels were teamed up. We had a set of three for each channel. And when that was done, then I think that's also the day we had the happy hour at the El Gato Feo Cafe, which, by the way, if you are ever in Ajijic, you must go there and get their Frappuccino. It is life changing. I love their Frappuccino. And I had it 3 times that weekend. It's just that good. So we went there for an hour. And then Mark and I joined up with us a few other channels and subscribers and went to dinner at Bruno's. Then we had the day of the meet and greet. Well, that morning, the creators got together for classes. There were actually 6 classes to choose from. Each class was being led by a specific channel, and there was topics of interest, and we signed up for the classes that we wanted to go to. If we had split up, we could have gone to all 6, but we ended up going together to 3 of them. And so, like Brighton led a discussion on
Basically, channel growth.
channel growth, yeah. And we went to
Papaw's on
Papal's got
technology.
a GoPro. He did a technology thing on the GoPros and other action cams, which was really enlightening.
And Craig's on how to tell a story. And,
Yeah,
and
telling a story.
people
through your
don't
videos.
understand that he was in event planning,
Yep.
and he's also a poet, and he's very good at it.
Slam poetry, guys.
A winner.
He was a winner of slam poetry competitions. Never knew. But that was the sort of classes. They were things that creators might be interested in growth, video production, storytelling, things like that. Then, after all those were over, we had lunch provided again by our corporate sponsors, I guess we could call them, Steve Cross and Mariana from Mexico Relocation Guide. And then we had 4 hours of meet and greet, meeting subscribers. And that went really, really well. And then the next day, we got together for a brunch, basically,
Sort of,
to wrap it up.
And share, okay, what was your takes on it and this and that and everything else. And so, all said and done, it was 3 days of pretty much nonstop. And,
Yeah, I was tired.
And
I was tired.
For years and years and years, I've done trade shows. I've exhibited at them for decades, attended, and put on presentations and everything else. And it's one of those where, man, that was a whole hell of a lot easier when I was in my 30s. Now that I'm in my 60s, the butt was dragging on the ground. So I think that one of the things that as we all get together at the end and start going, we may need to slow the pace down just a little bit. And me personally, one of the things that I think is the most important part of it is the more time we get to spend with you guys.
Yep.
That's what makes it all special, and that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Yep.
And
so those discussions are kind of being held.
Yeah.
This a really grand venture. They have the skills and they knew how to how to pull it off,
And they did.
and they did.
Yep.
But if somebody were to say to me, "Oh, we're going to do it like this," I made the comment that if it wasn't for KJ and Craig, the rest of us would look like penguins waddling around at the zoo
Yeah.
because it was
I mean,
it was a lot.
we did have a corporate sponsor the first year. You know,
What, Ernie Bacchus
Ernie and
pizzas?
his 10 Domino's pizzas. I mean,
Ernie's pizzas.
So no, but so it is a growing being, I think. And I think that yes, we started the little kernel of it, and we sort of got it up and walking, and they took it from the toddler stage up to, well, they skipped all the way into the teens. So it's like,
Hi,
okay,
Daddy, Woody.
It's I got a feeling this is going to be something that's going to be growing, and I agree. I think that you're spot on, that this could be something that's going to continue to grow.
Yeah, it's going to grow. And hi, Daddy, Woody. Sorry, I just wanted to get to that because we're going to be moving down some comments real quick here. I just feel like people might. I don't want anyone to feel overwhelmed and intimidated by having to meet
No, and
the standard of what just happened.
And one of the things is there are people who are interested in hosting, and one of the things, make it yours.
Yeah,
Make it yours. I mean,
personalize it.
if you want to be somewhere in, I mean, we were as laissez-faire as it could possibly be, and they were as organized as it could possibly be. And if you want to be somewhere in the middle, closer to them, closer to us, whatever, I mean,
I think we're going to have post surveys to answer.
yes, I've already submitted my
Oh, okay.
questions as far as things that need to be asked of people. So
Yeah, like what worked, what didn't.
Right.
Should we do this again? Things like that.
well,
Um,
I think we're doing it again. That's not a
no, that's not what I mean.
Oh, you mean do this
the
part
actual
again?
activities.
Okay.
Should we do this activity again? Should we maybe expand more on this one that we did over here? Should we drop it all together? Stuff like that. And so, yes, there are people who are interested in doing it in 2027, but I think that there's a little bit of intimidation because of how good KJ and Craig put this together. And when I say that, I'm not exaggerating. They moved this from hanging out in an Airbnb living room and garden to a convention.
Yeah.
They really did.
Yeah. They took our little idea and made it a real event.
They sure did.
So thank you guys.
Yes.
And I can tell you this, it's one of the last things that about it, unless you guys have more questions about it. We will be taking ivermectin prophylactically.
Oh, yes.
Before these things occur next year and future years, because I ain't going through that again.
There was one person who didn't want to shake hands or hugs or anything like that because
she felt like she might have been coming down with something.
She wasn't feeling good, and she didn't want to pass it around to anyone. But that, I'm not saying this came from her.
No,
we don't know.
We don't know where it came from.
She didn't look sick, so I mean, but she openly said that she wanted to be careful because she hadn't been feeling well. But literally the last, I want to say the last night we were there, I started noticing him coughing a little bit. And then the next night he was coughing a lot. And then on the drive back home, he was wiped out. And the rest of that week, almost the whole week, I wasn't getting any sleep because he was up coughing so much. But as soon as we got back here, we both loaded up on ivermectin. And here's an interesting thing about ivermectin. When we first got to Mexico, about,
3.5
years ago, it was really easy to go on Google and find out how much ivermectin you needed to take for
dosage wise,
right? I noticed in recent days that Google has wiped that slate clean. Try to find out what the dosage of ivermectin is for COVID. Go ahead, I dare you. It's been wiped off the internet. So I went to Chat GPT And I said, "Hey, Chat GPT, what is an adequate dosage level to, combat or prophylactically prevent COVID?" "Oh, well, you can't. It's not recommended for that. It's only for intestinal." I said, "Stop. Please do not preach to me. I just want to know the adequate dosage." And then suddenly I got the answer. The answer is it goes by your weight.
Mm-hmm.
The tablets come in 6 milligrams. There's 4 tablets per box. It's so many milligrams per weight. But basically, what we figured out is that
For us, it's
for
about
us,
three
it
three
would be
tablets
3 tablets. Now,
one
what
time.
one time? Because what ChatGPT clarified for me is that the half life of ivermectin is, I think they said it was about 24 hours. So that by the time you take it 3 days in a row, you might as well have just taken all
All
three
three
one time, and then
done.
you wait. And if you're not improved in 5 days or so, you
Do it
maybe
again.
do it one more time. So, but I just thought it was interesting that, the dosages and stuff used to be there, and a
Whatever. But
COVID doctor even told us that
yeah,
we were doing fine, what we were doing, and now you can't even find it.
yeah.
But that's what it is. If you guys ever want to take ivermectin, it is about, as an adult weight, 3 6 milligram tablets, so 18 milligram one time.
Yep. I mean, I
Just so
think
you
it's
know.
basically right around 175 to 220, somewhere right in there. It's 3 tablets, and you're done. Good go.
Yeah, that's good to
Next.
know.
So
Exactly.
yep.
Um,
And it took.
I never got it. As soon as we got home, I hadn't been sick yet. So I took it and I never got it. And every night he's up, hacking away, hack, 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 hack. And I
Doesn't
could,
help.
no, but I mean, I couldn't even sleep. So I was so wiped out just from being tired. But he's doing better.
Oh God, a lot better.
And we don't know if it was COVID. We didn't
We don't
test.
know what
We
it
didn't know what it
was,
was. He just got
but
sick.
you know,
It might have
yeah.
just been flu. Who knows?
Let's put it this way: that drive from Celaya to Querétaro, I was just like, oh God, get my butt home.
He was tired. You could tell. I
Home.
knew he wasn't feeling good. But apparently KJ and Craig also got sick.
Yep.
So, um, and this happens. You get a large group of people together, and
It's happened on this terraza. I mean,
yes, yes,
yeah,
yes.
yes,
Oh, we all got COVID.
yeah,
Almost everybody did. I think 10 people out of 12 got COVID that night.
yeah.
Oh, yes, that's right. I almost forgot about that. Okay, so let's see. Let's catch up with comments. I love the idea of a ton of expats getting together and funneling as much money into local economy as possible in one weekend. Oh, you know it. And so yeah, we ate at Bruno's. We drank at Lucky Bar. I went 3 times to El Gato Feo for my frappuccinos,
Hmm.
but we did go there at least once.
And shout out if you are going to the Ajijic area, Hotel Danza del Sol, a great hotel. I mean, there's some things about it that make you go, okay,
There's some
but
there's some
wait,
maintenance things.
right, but it was a failed. Imagine this. It was a failed condominium complex
Hmm.
that sat there,
Hmm.
and the University of Guadalajara bought it, and they're using it in their hospitality um, courses.
Which is brilliant.
And so they're making money, which is helping keep the cost of the university down, and their students that are in the hospitality program are able to go down and work there. And so that part I really did enjoy. It's a lovely grounds.
Oh,
I
the
mean,
grounds are beautiful.
oh,
The Hardanes are gorgeous,
you know, and
and
if you're a cat person,
it meanders all over the place.
you know,
Oh, Sambrito, Sambrito. So we were at the Lucky Bar the first night, and we were walking back to our hotel. Oh, and he's got sciatica, by the way, while we're doing this. About 1 block, maybe 2 blocks from the bar, and about 7 or 8 more blocks to go, This cat comes out and starts rubbing up against our legs. And that cat followed us for 7 or 8 blocks back to the hotel and stayed at that hotel at least most of the time that we were there. Um,
I mean, literally, we would start walking down the hallway, and out of nowhere, here she'd come. Like, hey, remember me?
and I called her Sombrita because she was our little shadow. She's got to be a neighborhood cat that's well taken care of. She didn't look like she was dirty. She didn't appear to
No,
have
and
heart
she, and she didn't look like she
fleas.
was not being fed.
You know, she
So I
was a
mean,
healthy, clean, pretty
mm-hmm.
kitty, and I wanted to bring her home. And she chose him. Actually, she chose him and then abandoned him and chose Annie Vet. She even came. She came into Annie Vet and Arlene's room, out to the patio, jumped up on his lap, sat there for a while, sat in Annie Vet's lap for a little bit, left her lap, came to mine, left mine, went back to Annie Vet, and then when Annie Vet needed to go to the restroom, the cat followed her.
No, Annie Vet had been gone for 5 minutes or so, and Sombrita jumped down and just went in and then started walking down the hallway, and they have their glass windows so we could just see she's walking in there just doing the
Like, where'd she go?
where'd she go?
Where'd she go?
You know,
Where's my person?
her kitty dar sucks though. You know, the two people who really don't care about cats were the two that she chose. So
Yeah,
I'm
somebody to really liked him and liked Annie. Um, and then one day somebody came back to our room and sat on his lap and he cuddled her. I've got video evidence of
no,
it.
I fell asleep because that was the beginning of
Oh, but
starting.
his hand was doing this. I've got evidence.
Whatever.
She was making biscuits and he was doing this.
But that was her way of saying goodbye.
Yeah,
Because
we,
then she
we,
was,
we did not see her the last day.
yep,
So either she finally went back to where she came from or she found somebody else to snuggle up to. I don't know.
whatever.
She was adorable.
Yes.
Little Sambrita. Um, but yes, all the money that we spent. Oh, and I want to say, was it Negro Cafe or Cafe Negro?
Cafe Negro.
Awesome, awesome
Good breakfast.
breakfast.
If you're in the
Oh,
Ajijic area,
that one is actually in San Antonio, Talaya Coppin.
that's why I said this, the
Yeah.
Ajijic area. That's worth a stop for a breakfast. That was
I had a French toast casserole that had fresh blueberries in it and a little crumb topping on it. It was so good. It did not need syrup. It was delicious. But here's the big surprise. They had hollandaise sauce on their menu, and I wanted some, and I asked for some. It was 35 pesos for a ramekin of hollandaise sauce. And he said he wasn't sure they had any made. Well, they either made me some or I got the very last of whatever they had left. And hollandaise doesn't last for very long, a few
she
days.
was a happy camper, to
This
say the
is
least.
why it was amazing. I haven't had hollandaise sauce since we got to Mexico, and every time I ask if eggs Benedict are on a menu, anytime I've asked for it and gotten it, they put a cheese sauce on it. Eggs Benedict is not a cheese sauce; it's hollandaise. And so when they brought that out, and I tasted it, and it had that lemony flavor, I was beside myself. I wanted to lick the ramekin clean. It was so delicious. And now I am inspired to attempt to make my own. It's not really
No.
super easy to make, but I was happy. Real hollandaise sauce all over my
Yeah,
eggs.
no, yeah. I mean, they have an extensive menu, and it was good stuff all the way around.
Anyway, group name Todos Gringos or Somos Gringos. Those are options.
Mm-hmm.
I should write those down. I'm going to write those down.
Yeah, we'll get to the next one.
I'm getting there.
Okay.
Just let me get my pen out. I can write this down. I only have 2 hands. 2 hands, baby. That's all I got. All right, making a note. Todos Gringos. I'm writing. I'm supposed to be writing. Pen. Toto. I'm writing.
Yeah, sure you are.
It says I am. There we go. Todos gringos. And somos gringos. This is why these are my favorite phones. Galaxy S or Galaxy Ultras. All right, here we go. How about the Margies? The Margies. I don't know if the guys would like that one. I don't know. or Los Compañeros de Gringos. Ooh. Compañeros de Gringos. I'm writing all of these down. So cute. All right. Hey, guys, have you been to Laredo, Baja? No, no, we have not yet. You can stay at the Pufferfish Villas. The owners are Americans like you. They also have a YouTube channel. Oh, I should write this down. We haven't been that far yet.
No.
Um,
And one of the things we were thinking was that, well, maybe
Laredo,
the 2027 location might be La Paz, but
BCS.
Brighton was like, we'll see you next year as attendees. So
Yeah, he made it very
he
clear.
made it evidently, abundantly clear that he's not hosting next year. So, good news is we will see him again, but he ain't hosting in 2027.
Douglas. That's an interesting name.
I'm thinking it's Douglas. Would be my
It might
guess.
be, but I will look them up.
Yep.
Pranza. Okay, so I got that. Done. Always looking for new places to stay. My gosh, guys, that reminds me. I just finished up the Manzanillo video. I wanted to get it done before we jumped into the Mextranjero videos. And it is the most cinematic video I have ever made. It's so cinematic that I decided we were not going to talk on this video.
That's the last two bullet points on there.
Oh, well, you know what? Then we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And
see, we're used to just doing this whole free flow. Now all of a sudden it's like,
I know.
hey, whoa, I spent time making this damn
did.
list.
Yes, he did. He was trying to be organized, and I wasn't. First time joining us, Mexican immigrants.
Yes.
Boom. There you are. That's something else we need to talk about too.
I know.
I think we could talk about it tonight.
We can.
We'll put it at the end.
Okay.
That'll be the blank bullet point.
The bullet point that I didn't fill in.
Exactly.
See, I knew there was something else was going through my brain, but
no, I've been following. It's
Oh.
Douglas and Esperanza for years. Okay.
What's the name of the channel?
I'm gonna look them up.
Okay.
I'll look them up. And yes, we agree. Congratulations on your status.
Absolutely.
That is awesome. And they are very nice. Okay, I'm going to look these people up because you guys are going back and forth about it. Hey, Cindy.
Hola, Cindy.
How you doing? So yes, makes sense to get sponsors because it sounds like a big expense, printing meals, etc.
I don't think it was as big as what. Well,
it was big because
you throw the drink, the bar tab in there. That got a little large.
And the sandwiches.
I was doing my best to help that.
Yep.
But and the sandwiches.
We each got 2 rounds of drinks and he had 3. I had 1.
Oh, okay. I'm helping the local bar out because I had to pay for your second one on there. So yes, I mean,
we supported local.
Yes, I mean, Lucky Bar came out, no problem there. That at the end of the night, because we were
there all night.
We were about the last ones to leave.
We almost shut the place down. So
we were close. Yeah.
The thing about the expense, I think the biggest expense that's almost a requirement, depending on where it's set up and how, would be printing materials. We don't need if we go to a really large city, for example, for the next one that's not so tight knit, small community like Ajijic. If it's a large city, we don't need to put up posters. Most of the people in that
No,
city are not going to be.
no. I
We
mean,
don't need posters for that. If we want to hand out, I don't know, stickers, magnets, something, there would be that if we wanted to. We would
well, that would be on
probably
us.
want to have at least a banner.
Yeah, I mean,
You know,
there were things on this one that we didn't know to anticipate. We didn't know we were going to be getting tables. Because if we were, well, then suddenly my past experience just kicks in and goes, all right, we got to dress this up. We got to
yeah.
have this on there. We got to have this. We got to have that. And so, again, this is all, hey, we're learning as we go on this. And so, there's things that we're looking at. And fortunately, Gina has redone, it used
I
to
was
be
just thinking.
we had the whole one with the water on there that was at the top of our YouTube channel, and now she has come up with this new cute design up there.
We're kind of rebranding a
We're,
little.
well, because we have to,
We're not quite there
I
yet.
know. So, but there are things that we're going to do for 2027 where we're going to have more little giveaways and things like that. So,
Um, all right. Another American YouTuber is Bruce Views. She lives near Lake
Lake
Chapala,
Chapala.
and her daughter Skyla is beautiful. Aw, Bruce, that's hard for me to
That's almost like
say.
saying Blues Clues.
I know. I'm sitting here going, mail call.
I'm fixing
Here's the
big
mail.
blue
It
dog.
never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. Yes, I had children that watched Blues Clues. So Bruce Views. That's actually really cute name. These people are so clever. I don't ever feel like I'm clever. I lack originality. I can recreate a lot of things and I have visions and I want to get it just right. But when it comes to what should I do today, that seems to be a problem for me. Lake Chapala, I got it. And her daughter is beautiful. I'm gonna look. And what about with La Guerrita 70? She and her Mexican American family lives in Puebla. Ooh, I like Puebla. I never keep it a secret how much I like Puebla. Puebla probably it could have definitely been a top contender for me. I really really loved Puebla.
So did I. Just didn't
No,
like
I
me.
know, I know.
I mean,
I think we should go back there
I
and
had,
do another extended stay.
I got no problem
There is so much we
because
didn't
the
get to
history.
see.
I mean, one of the things that when we moved here, we didn't really have as good a grasp or as good of an idea as what the Mexican history was, and then fortunately, stop number 2 was San Miguel de Allende, and thank you, David Valley, and your wonderful wife. Um, Took us up to Dolores Hidalgo, and so suddenly we're going.
And Totonilco.
And then on the way back, we stopped at Atotonilco, and suddenly the whole seeds were planted.
Yeah.
And both of us are information and history junkies.
Yeah.
And once you plant the seed, then it's like, oh man, this is so cool. And then going around the rest of Mexico, and not all of it, but a lot of it, and seeing what else was the Mayan history and the Aztec and the Olmecs and all of this, and we're
The history of vanilla.
the history of vanilla.
Yeah, I mean, like we love all this stuff.
El Tajín. I mean,
Yep.
El Tajín being the main place in Mexico back in pre-Hispanic era. That was the trading hub. That's where the salt came in, the vanilla was there, the tobacco and others came down.
Cacao.
And so it
Yeah.
was that was where everybody met to make their exchanges.
It's just really interesting. Every place we've gone, we've learned a little bit about the history and the economy of the region. How was salt important, obsidian, um, how was cacao and tobacco and coffee bean, and
Ooh,
I mean
ooh.
just everything coming
Go.
together.
We just hit two of our favorites right there.
I know, and
You for your coffee and me for my tobacco, and we're just like, yes,
yeah,
you know.
but then but also the more recent histories. So the
But
Revolucion and
Puebla is so steeped in history
yeah.
that we wanted to go see as much as we could, and we got to see a good bit of it. And all that sort of did was stoke the fire a little bit. And there's like, okay, there's a lot more there.
We got to see some. I wouldn't even
Yeah,
say a good bit.
no, but
I picked
we
eight
saw.
places. I picked eight places out of at least a list of 25 or 30. And I tried to get us to do all eight in one day, and we only did four.
Ain't no way.
There was no time. There's
Well,
so much to see. And then, of course, all the churches. And I love doing the church. I went on my own one day, and I was gone all day just walking around looking for the churches, and a lot of them weren't open, and some of them were being used for weddings and
well,
whatnot.
I mean, and let's be for real. You know, we walked into the library, the biblioteca,
Oh my
and so you're going, well,
gosh.
okay, we're going to spend a little bit of time here. No, you don't walk into that
No.
biblioteca and go, I'm just going to blow through here and then be out, because it is so stunning.
Yeah.
And it's got so much written history in there that I mean, both of us were just going down and just
Looking at the titles of
looking
the
at the
books.
titles of the books, going, "Oh my God!"
It was insane. Some of those books date back to the 1500s
Or back
or further.
or
I mean,
further.
it
I
was
mean,
just really
it's
amazing.
yeah.
Amazing place. But so Puebla's amazing, and I want to go back for sure. Hola, Wilfredo.
Hola, Wilfredo.
From the best city in all of Mexico, Querétaro. I don't know, Wilfredo. I love Querétaro, but we just got done talking about how awesome Puebla is. I really did like Puebla. Well, what?
Where's my ass sitting?
We're in Querétaro.
Okay, just want to make sure. Yeah.
Oh, goodness. Okay. So, do you think it's going to be about the same time
Yes.
of next year?
I think part of it is
Roughly.
going to depend. Is it going to be roughly? Yes. Part of it's going to depend upon where exactly it is. If it were on the coast somewhere, it's probably going to be earlier to try and keep it from getting too hot. If it's back in Central Highlands, maybe a couple weeks later, something like that, to try and take advantage of the, because we now living here in Querétaro for almost a year now, no, over a year now, we have learned that there is a big difference from January to February and then into March, and as far as comfort level. I mean, a month ago when we were having this out here, we had the heater going, so Gina wasn't freezing, and now it's like, no, ain't no need to turn no heater on right now.
It's starting to get warm in my office too.
Yeah. So I mean, because today it was pushing 90 here for the daytime temperature. So
tomorrow too.
Yeah. So it's always going to be in the first quarter, but it may move up or back a little bit depending upon location of that particular city to try and take advantage of the best weather. That's
Yep. No, we did not get parasites. He and KJ and Craig and I'm not going to name anyone else.
I mean,
they probably had the flu.
None
of us tested for it. We didn't run a test, but we're thinking that's what it was.
Let me tell you this. It felt like somebody had hit my body with sledgehammers, so it was the body ache.
His lymph nodes were swollen.
The general malaise of, oh God, I just feel like crap.
The cough.
And then the cough.
Cough was pretty bad.
And the cough wasn't pretty bad. It was,
it hurt. His cough was so bad, his ribs were sore.
Yeah, so it was one of those where I was actually cutting down to about one cigar a day because it was exacerbating the situation.
But the discussion that pulled parasites in is that um, iver, ivermectin or ivermectina, as it's called here, um, it was originally a parasitic, an anti-parasitic medication,
And then they found that
and they found that it also will treat
viral.
viruses. And right around the time COVID had come out, it started getting talked about. And and I'm not going to go into the politics of it, but the truth is in the poorest parts of Mexico where they could not afford the
Oaxaca and
vaccines,
Chiapas.
they couldn't afford to pass out all these vaccines. They gave everybody ivermectin.
Prophylactically.
And guess who had the lowest rates of COVID in the entire country of Mexico?
By far.
So,
And that's how India treated. I mean, it just is
yeah.
one of those things that was just like,
So
it's effective. It was good. Won the Nobel Prize in 72.
it won the Nobel Prize for
Medicine.
parasites.
Well, I know,
I know, but that's the whole.
but
That's the
but
whole
it's
thing.
designed for. I mean, a lot of people want to get into this whole. It's a
The whole
veterinary.
point is it is an anti-parasitic that will also work on viruses. The
So
end. And so when we first got here, the first big move we made, we both ended up with COVID that weekend. And
thank God it was only a 45-minute drive, so we didn't have to load the
Yeah.
whole car.
it was like I had all the vaccines, everything in the U.S. Went through 2 years of the whole COVID crap, never once got it, and then we both ended up with it. And we were moving to San Miguel de Allende, and it just so happens that our hostess was living with a COVID doctor.
He found out what we were doing. He goes, "Keep doing it,"
Keep doing what you're doing, you'll be fine.
and we were.
Okay. And so we know it works. We know from experience that it works. It just so happens this time, whatever it was he got, we don't know that it was COVID this time. It could have been flu.
It could have been. It was something viral. I mean,
We didn't test. We just know that he got sick and I did not. Because I took ivermectin.
and I got better.
And
So,
he got better.
Yep.
My friend Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
Lisa, the one I adore. How are you, honey? I don't know if you're still on because I know I'm behind on comments. But I've known Lisa for a long time, and as you can see, it's Genesis Lisa, which is indicative of the fact that we are both really huge fans of the band Genesis, and we all met each other, our band of Genesis nerds,
and they are that.
through the Genesis.
They are definitely nerds.
We were all fan club members, and we've known each other now. What has it been, Lisa? 20 years now. My God.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to believe. Well, 2007 was the tour that got us all on. Wow,
20 years.
20 years. Oh my God. I can't even believe that. Wow. Oh, there's Tom. So, still on a high here from Mextranjero.
Question me, amigo. How's the knee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait.
Well, it'll take him a while to get there. So.
Oh yeah. Okay. So not the parasite, even worse. Yeah. No, not the parasite. In fact, you know what? Prophylactically, twice a year, we take. I think it's called Loxel.
Yep.
And it's sold over the counter in grocery stores, pharmacies, everything. It's even advertised. They recommend people in Mexico take it twice a year for parasites, just in case. So
yeah. And we got down here and we went, why were we not doing this in the U.S.? We had pets. We have this. We have. I mean, it's one of those. When you look at it, you're going. I mean, it's. I don't know. $5-6 a pill here, twice a year. So it's not one of the cheap medicines, but
it's twice a year.
But it's twice a year.
Yeah. Is ivermectin easy to get your hands on there?
Yes.
Yeah. You can buy it over the counter anywhere. Your best prices are going to be at the actual pharmacies. They charge a little more at the grocery store pharmacies.
All right. I'm the master of buying it because
he buys it and takes it home for his mom.
My mom's about to turn 86 this year, and so she got it. She was buying it from the frontier doctors in the U.S. because the U.S. is one of the few countries in the world that require you to have a
frontier doctor?
And something that came up during COVID, and they were prescribing it, and she spent, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get it, and so she swears by it, so we mule it back. It costs about if I get it from Similar, it's about 65 pesos for a box of 4. Guadalajara runs maybe 73. Do not buy it
at a
at
grocery
a
store.
supermercado or the Walmart pharmacies.
Mm-mm.
That
Very
suddenly
expensive.
goes from the 60s and 70s for a box to the 200s
Yeah, it's crazy
for
stupid.
one box. So, and yeah, I can go to almost any Similares, and I mean, I pick up 3-4 boxes at a time, mule it home to my mom, and she, I guess it'd be my mom, the drug dealer, because she distributes it to her friends up there.
She does.
And
and Kate, you're
and our middle daughter, she swears by it as well, and so when we go up in October to go to the beach, and we'll get to see her, and we'll get to see our youngest, Kate's like, yeah, bring me some. So it's,
I mean, what it reminds me of is Theraflu. If you could test positive for flu A, especially type A flu, not necessarily type B, but if you have flu A and you catch it right at the beginning, like within the first 48 hours, and they give you Theraflu, wipes it out. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
It works like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, you can tell spring is in the air.
Yep.
Because our lights have bugs all over them. We're running
hey, but look, the Black Planner, look how cute that looks now.
Ooh,
hey.
Look, we got green and purple back here. We're styling.
And we're not washed out.
And we're not washed out. That's right. Hey, Alfredo.
Hola.
No, I actually have 2 pair of glasses.
These are the ones that go missing regularly.
I don't necessarily have to have them on because I'm far enough away from. They are progressive bifocals. My distance is not nearly as bad. In fact, I don't even have to necessarily wear them. If I'm driving and it's nighttime, I like to use them then because it just helps a little bit. Most of it is so I don't have to wear readers all the time. And if I am, about this far away.
Hymn book distance.
Yeah, handbook.
Hymn book.
Hymn book.
Yeah, when you're in church, you got the hymnal out there.
Okay.
Yeah, the hymn book distance.
It's hard to read my computer screen. So the little mid section is a really good sweet spot for that. I don't even know why I have one right now because the computer's far enough away that I don't need it.
Yeah, see, it's just far enough for me that if I took these off, it'd be like I couldn't read a single one up there. So,
but I do need a haircut, and I got these like little hairs that are gone now.
But no, that's every time we get ready to take a trip. Have you seen my glasses?
I always lose one pair or the other because I can never remember where I shoved the case. Where it was is not where I normally would have had it.
I get that because otherwise we would have found them.
And right now I'm trying to find my Cherokee purple tomato seeds. I have seen them recently too, but I don't know where. And I'm ready to start them in my little pods, and I can't find them. My Cherokee purple tomato seeds that are now about 4 years old. And I harvested them before we left the U.S. so I could grow my
the good news is
plants.
Annie has taken these and she's got
a plant going.
She's got maters starting to bloom.
Yep. Oh, they're one
of them is already starting to turn red. So we can get more seeds. So
I recently looked up,
and these Cherokee heirloom make the best BLTs.
Oh my God, they're so delicious. They are so delicious. Just by accident.
And they're the right size. All you gotta do is slice one cut of it, and it goes right on the
As long as they grow.
Yes, no, I know.
Just by accident, I discovered the other day that they are one of the most likely variety of tomatoes to do well in the highlands here. Even though it gets warm and it gets dry and there's a rainy season, they are one of the sturdiest, hardiest to grow here.
Yeah, they were saying it's
That
not
was an
good, not
accident.
good, not good, not good, except for these two particular ones. And one
Yeah,
of them's Cherokee heirloom. And it was like,
that was an accident. I didn't
okay.
know, so I'm like, oh gosh, that's awesome. And wouldn't you know it, I have the seeds if I can find them. I don't know where they are. That was me. Someone would be missing a cat if she had an owner. See, I know, Sombrita. Oh, see, Sombrita chose Annie. Sombrita chose Annie. She jumped up in her lap and stayed there.
And wasn't going anywhere.
Wasn't going anywhere. She did the little making biscuits and was purring, 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 and then she just went to sleep. Took a nap. I wanted to bring her back.
Couldn't find her.
Couldn't find her the last day, and
Damn.
Mark was like, "Darn it." Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. He was not having it, so. Uh, and my dad is a self-proclaimed cat hater too. You got pictures of cats on the trip back. Oh, I love it. I've got the proof. She was in his lap making the biscuits, and he was giving her that kind of rub.
Yeah, well, she wasn't an asshole cat. So, I mean,
No, she was not asshole cat.
there's a reason I'm jaded against cats. And yeah.
Gringos somos nosotros. Gringos are us. Gringos roadies. The Gringos roadies.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna end up putting up a poll, and then of course there, if I can get it to work, there'll be a blank spot to fill in to add additional. I just don't know where I'm gonna do it yet. I hate to say one or the other. If I put it on Facebook and YouTube, then I have to take into consideration both and weighted average and all that other jazz.
well, yeah,
I know.
and you harvest from one, I harvest from the other. But yeah.
Yeah, I know. So, Tom, also really enjoyed meeting your friends Scott and Marion. Thanks for their hospitality and us all at the Super Bowl. Want to move to their neighborhood?
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So Mary and Scott, they live in Chapala, and Chapala is about 5 times bigger than Ajijic, and it is less foreigners than Ajijic. And we went to
And it's a much bigger city.
we went to
I mean, it's a small city, whereas Ajijic, you could really basically say it's a village from the size of it.
yeah,
I
and
mean,
they live in a nice neighborhood. They live in a neighborhood where the electricians live,
Electricista.
electricista, and so they hardly ever have any problems with their electricity.
Smart people.
They have a lovely rooftop. They call it their mirador. It You can see parts of Lake Chapala in the background. They have a beautiful view of sunrises and sunsets, and it's a nice neighborhood. It's
Very quiet.
very quiet. It's
Yep.
very
Except when the gringos were up on the roof with them and
yes.
bottle number 2 of mezcal comes out, then it was sort of like, okay.
Canejos. um, but they have a lovely neighborhood. It's all Mexican. I don't even think there are other foreigners in their direct neighborhood. And we went to the American Legion of all places. I'm writing down gangringos. We went to the American Legion to watch the Super Bowl. And I just kind of half chuckled that it's the American Legion. But the American Legion there in Chapala um, gets foreigners and Mexicans that both go there. And they have a lot of activities. And there's like Spanish and English lessons. It's kind of like Lake Chapala Society in some ways for what they offer to the public. And of course, they have games and karaoke and cards and just all kinds of stuff during the week. And they had the Super Bowl. And so we get there. It wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting, American Legion with a drop ceiling and a big bar. No, it was just an
Well,
open air Mexican outdoory restaurant-y type looking place with lots of tables and a bunch of flags hanging. from various armed services. So it was kind of cool. And we watched the Super Bowl there, and we did watch Bad Bunny, and we couldn't hear Bad Bunny, but I was
No, you watch Bad Bunny. They have a smoking section, so
okay.
it was like okay, hold on.
Me and Tom
Yeah, no,
watched
I know.
Bad Bunny.
I wasn't doing it for any political reasons. I was
No,
doing it because, okay, I couldn't smoke where we were
he
at.
needed a smoke.
I was going over to the smoking section.
And anyway, I liked it. I'll just this will be the small short. What did I think of the Super Bowl halftime show? I thought it was awesome. I couldn't hear any of it, but I thought it was awesome. I really liked the way they set up the field to make it look like sugarcane and stuff. I just I don't know. Little casita having a house party. I mean, all of it. The flags at the end and all the countries being called out. I thought it was brilliant. I liked it a lot. I did go back to our room later that night and actually watch it on my cell phone. Yeah, I didn't understand anything that was being said. I didn't need to. I sort of felt like, visually speaking, you could understand exactly what message was being sent, and I enjoyed it. So, the end.
Salute.
The end. Um, let's see. Brighton has a ton of work ahead of him. Brighton did an interview with Douglas and Hope. He's always working.
Folks,
He's always working.
we had 3 collabs scheduled for Friday.
Yeah.
And then the afternoon was basically free, and then we had our dinner at Bruno's. And so we're talking with Brighton and Kat. And he's like, yeah, I got 2 more scheduled for later this afternoon.
He was hustling
on his own. So,
yeah.
Brighton. Now, one of the things we did find out is that, unlike her, Brighton, because he has a production company, has editors that do 90% of it, then send it to him, and then he puts the final touches on putting it all together. So, he's not starting from scratch with, just to give you guys an idea, the Guadalajara video that drops this weekend, which, oh my God, some of her best work.
Really?
Yeah, I mean.
Oh, cool. Thanks. I wasn't even talking about that video earlier, but yeah.
But no, I mean, putting it all together and everything else, it's a stunning video. But it starts with it a lot of times hours.
2 hours of video clips.
And then
hours.
And then she wants to get it down because, well, we know that here on YouTube, other than our lives, which we're just sitting here having a conversation with you guys, but video wise, if we get over 30 minutes,
I try to get it to 20. Sometimes it's really hard. So my absolute cutoff is 30 minutes, and I had 2 hours of video clips. So what I typically do is I will get that whittled down to about 40 to 50 minutes. Then I pull in music, and then I trim it to the beat of the music. And that helps me, because then I can say, okay, I need to make a transition here. How much do I need to cut out to get to the next part?
And then she cuts it down, and she goes, okay, we have to be succinct in our talking. Well, you guys know us. And one of the things I hope that you guys like about us is that ain't us. We tend to ramble. That's just the way we are. I mean,
we're like the meandering part of the great Mississippi River.
We okay. First of all, nothing is ever scripted. We did a couple of scripted videos.
Oh, they sound terrible.
At the very beginning, and they were god awful.
They're awful. They're robotic.
God awful.
They're unnatural.
And we went, that ain't ever happening again. It's us, you, and if you like us, you like us. If you don't.
Look, I got a daughter who majored in cinematography and media arts at Elon University. And
bless you, Lexi.
Sometimes she watches if I ask her to take a look or take a listen. And even she said, you guys sound like you're reading a script. Yeah, okay, never mind. It's not our words.
Yeah, no,
it doesn't work.
No, for us, we have to just sort of go with it. And that's.
But Yeah, the Guadalajara one, I like it. It's okay. But I'm particularly proud of the Manzanillo one that's
I
coming
get
up.
that, but there's some first time things coming in the Guadalajara one, like, oh, I don't know, the drone footage at night.
That was a first. That's the first time I had tried it.
And we happened to be where we were. There was this building that had LED lighting going up and down that was constantly changing and doing scenes, and it was just sort of like, sometimes we just really fall into shit and get lucky. And
Yeah.
that was one of those where it was like, oh, the arch is right down there. Here's a building right here that keeps changing, and the
And the
Glorietta is right there.
Glorieta,
I mean,
I took that drone up so high.
I
He
thought she lost it. I
he
mean,
thought I was
I thought
losing
I
it.
thought it lost signal, because when it loses signal,
It goes
it just
up.
shoots way up high looking for the signal. And we're on the 18th floor, and it was just like,
Where'd it go?
oh
Oh
shit.
shit. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I intentionally did that. I know why he thinks that. I took it up really, really high because I wanted to get a face down center shot of the Glorieta at night because I wanted to do a circle. I thought it would look really
yeah,
cool.
no, and it
But
does.
anyway,
Yeah.
get beyond that. Let's keep on moving.
Okay.
Yes, I know Brighton is very busy, and he had multiple. Like Mark said, he had multiple collaborations and interviews set up
Outside of.
while he was there,
And then
he's running like 4 other channels.
and then as soon as he was done in Ajijic, he was off to here, and then off to here,
Yep.
and then off to here,
Yep.
before he went back to La Paz. So, we think we have a schedule from hell. It's like, no.
Well, but I think that's his primary source of
No, no,
income
no.
too.
I get that.
So, and he's right. I don't. We found out there are quite a few channels we met that do have somebody produce the videos for them. We don't do that. I have 100% creative control.
There are those of you on here who have said, she works, does this. Why don't you take on some of the editing? Because I could go so far, and then she would go, I'm starting over, because she has this mental image. And what I would think was good, she would go, I don't know what the hell you were thinking, but no, this is not the way it's going. We're doing it boom, boom, boom. So it's like,
Yes.
nope.
Papa just got here. You were eating ham and cheese sandwiches. Hold on a minute. You said that like a Pittsburgh.
I was fixing to say, is he a Yinzer?
Are you yinzing right now? Sandwich?
A sandwich?
You got a sandwich. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, wait, that's number 2. Not grandson number 3, number 2. And yes, Viva Puebla. Puebla. Oh, I love it. We got to go back. We have to go back. For sure. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hold up, Tommy. I'm getting jealous now. We have a room for you here. But you move it in with Mary and Scott for
because we ain't got a view of the lake. Of course, he wouldn't know that because he hadn't been to this location.
I know.
Yet.
We got a guilt.
Even though there is Tommy's bedroom over there.
Yeah. I know. See, right here, Mary, I heard you like to claim bedrooms in people's houses.
See?
That's right. He's got a room right here, Mary, and he hasn't even been in it yet. Oh, gosh. Hola. Hola from La Paz, from Denise and Alfredo Sanchez.
Hola. Missed you guys this year. We saw you last year.
Yep.
And what the amazing thing really is that I know that Denise and Alfredo weren't there. Gringuissimo wasn't there. And Shane and Ruby weren't there. But
I just heard from Ruby today, I think it was. Or was it last night?
But overall, I would say probably 80% of the people that were there last year were also here this year.
Yep.
And it was, I mean, we had it was, I don't know, 12:30 at night, and we're sitting around the pool at Danza del Sol, and we aren't going to go into Okay,
Okay, so some people can hear and some people can't. That means it's not necessarily us.
Okay, I mean, because if somebody's hearing us, that means all right, we're getting through. I mean, we aren't going to go into the conversation because, folks, you wouldn't believe what the conversation deteriorated into.
Oh yeah, we're not going to talk about
No,
that. Sorry,
that was
had something to do with bowel movements.
and it was and I mean, I feel sorry for people that were around because we were laughing our ass off.
We were really loud and laughing, very loud. I had to keep going. Shh, we're in a hotel. Shh. Oh Lord, we've been following Douglas and Esperanza for as long as we've been following you guys. I'm definitely going to have to look them up. I don't know why I'd never heard of them before, but well, the truth of the matter is, I hardly watch any YouTube. I hardly watch any because I'm busy. Mr. Retirement here, though. Okay, so you heard correct. My surname is Mr. Squatter. It's Hungarian. Oh God, how funny!
I could say something, but I'm just gonna next.
Okay, so if anyone was having any hearing issues, Lambden had opened and closed the page, and now he's good. So excellent. Hey Lisa.
Hey Lisa.
I saw the recent video on the beach there. Somebody was having a good time. All I kept thinking was, oh gosh, please don't fall and break your arm like I did.
No. No.
I did that on the beach. I didn't have rocks though. It was sand. Well, there was one rock sticking up out of the sand, but yeah, I left half of my bottom big toe on that beach. I'm surprised.
That was not a phone call.
I'm surprised it grew back.
I enjoyed getting it.
I left blood on the beach.
Yes, you did.
I kid you not. I scraped the entire bottom of one of my big toes clean off.
And when they were irrigating that, trying to get all the sand out of it,
that hurt more.
And then they went, now, do you want us to put you under when we set the bone?
Oh,
after irrigating her toe, she was like, yes.
So, yes, because cleaning out the sand out of that open wound on the bottom of my toe hurt so much. Like I was literally going into Lamaze mode, trying to breathe through it. It hurt so bad.
Oh.
But I just remember sitting on the beach waiting for people from the resort to assist me, and there was blood on the beach. Like, oh, frick. Yeah, that was kind of gruesome.
That was a sobering phone call.
Yeah, it was. So thanks for asking about the knee. It wasn't a torn ACL, a torn meniscus. Yeah, but that's bad.
Not as bad as the ACL. So.
Thanks to Gina for massaging my knee. Well, I mean, sometimes that's what you need. A little therapy. So.
Okay. No, never mind.
What?
Not.
What?
That.
Hola, we're doing good. We're sorry we missed you.
Yes.
It would have been really awesome to meet you in person, but we will eventually.
Yes. This will keep going.
And Lisa, we miss you guys. I miss everybody. In fact, Laura, let me see. So Cliff's band, Abacab, Cliff, my friend, who is in a Genesis tribute band right out of my former backyard in North Carolina.
Yeah, out of Gastonia, and he's also.
Well, he's not out of Gastonia. Literally was Indian Trail and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
When he also in a Pink Floyd tribute band.
Yes, he is.
Yes, I thought he was.
And some of the other guys are also doing additionally other tributes. Like the singer for Abacab also does a yacht rock tribute, and they're pretty awesome. And the guitarist is in I want to say a band called No Spun, and they have released an album. And I think he might do Metallica.
I can't remember. They were pretty good, and it was one of those.
Oh, and they do a Rush tribute.
Yes,
well.
That's right. And we went actually drove from Asheville to Knoxville to go see them, and
Yeah, I was
she's
Cliff's guest.
she's the fan, you know. And then we were like, oh yeah, come on in, you're on the guest list, da 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 da. And we're like, oh, and they had really done a good job of filling this particular venue, and they were like, I remember Cliff going, so what would you suggest we add to the repertoire? And I went, keep it dark. And he looked at me and goes, I thought he wasn't a fan. And it was like, hey, you know,
Well, I don't think that they've ever done Keep It Dark. I'll have to check.
you know, that was one of those where just by osmosis, some of this has rubbed off.
The cool thing about this band Abacab is that they do all eras of Genesis. They'll do classics with Peter Gabriel. They'll do Phil Collins era, but they also will pull in Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel solo work. And
Otherwise, what do people want to hear?
yeah, they play.
I mean,
they'll do some deep cuts and they play the hits as well. So they're really, really good. I've been friends with Cliff. I met him. This is ridiculous.
record day.
I met him on Record Store Day. He was in line with us Record Store Day. And he told me that he was in a Genesis tribute band because I said Genesis was like my band.
And away it goes.
And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Because 2008-ish, I decided to have this thing called Gina's Genesis Gathering. We called it the G3. And because it was in North Carolina and it was summer and it was hot and it was so far away and it was vacation time for a lot of people, not a lot of people came. But the ones that did come, we had Henry coming out of
Toronto.
Ontario. We had Laura coming in from
Jersey.
Jersey, the Philly area, basically. Trying to remember who else came that first year.
Come on now.
The very first year.
The Toxic Twins. The Every Other Night.
Wait, no, just one of them. Kendra.
Okay.
I think.
No, I thought they were
Was
both
Greg there too?
Yeah, because they were.
It's hard to remember now.
They were doing.
No. Because then we went to Hard Rock Park, and it was.
Oh, that's right.
And it was just Henry,
Yep.
Laura, and me. So that first year was just basically
the four of us.
Four of us, and then the second year,
Three fans and.
Yeah, the second year we had a few extra. So we had Kendra and Greg, and then Henry and Laura. But the thing is it never really took off. However, it did inspire Laura in the Philly area to start Laura's Genesis Gathering, LG2. And because it was the Philly area, and that is a huge market for Genesis, and it's an easy drive for everybody in the area, hers took off.
Yeah.
LG2 took off, and it has happened like every single year since. So it's been pretty phenomenal, and we've all made friends. We're real tight friends. And I miss my friends. But the point is,
nerds.
Lisa, the point is Abacab, the band in North Carolina, they weren't around.
They would
at the time that I was doing G3. If they were, I would have had them play the G3 event.
We'd have had more band members than we had attendees.
I don't care.
I know. I'm just saying.
But they started after that was over. I met Cliff on Record Store Day. We've been friends ever since.
He's a nice guy.
He's a nice guy. The band's great. Everybody's really talented. They're very good at this. And I love watching the Abacab tribute band grow in popularity.
The guitarist has done some YouTube videos, and he is astounding.
He is incredible.
With some of the stuff that, I mean, it's just like, name a genre, and the boy just is
he also teaches guitar.
As he should.
And he got together with a female singer/bass player and a drummer, and they have a Rush tribute now as well. And they've done Kansas tributes. I mean, look, if it's anywhere in
the man can play. I mean, I say boy because he's probably 30 years younger than I am, or 20 years younger, but man, he can play.
But Abacab has grown. They've gotten popular. They've expanded their audience. They started traveling, and they're coming back to Philly, the Philly area. And Laura was like, come up and see them. You know, you've got a place to stay.
Come down and stay here. You got a place to stay.
No, but we've got no Genesis tribute band.
No, we have Mexico. That's better. I mean, I'm just
I
saying.
know, I know. But I am going to go see Hackett, Steve Hackett, in Mexico City next month.
Yes, we are.
We're going to take a bus. We're going to take one of these luxury buses, Primera Plus, and we're going to Mexico City. We're going to stay in Condesa for 2 nights.
Come back, get up at the crack of. No, we're not even going to get up at the crack of dawn. We're going to be at the airport before the crack of dawn
Yeah.
to fly back to the States the next day. So, anyway.
Okay, so if you have seeds to share, I plan on starting a garden next season. Wayne, I do. I just have to find them. I have them in a little cup, and I don't know how viable they are after being in dormant stage for.
We can get new ones from.
But like I
Annie.
said, she's got a Cherokee tomato plant growing, and it's producing. It's not producing tons, but it is producing. And worst case scenario, we can take one of those tomatoes and we'll just harvest the seeds from that, and then we'll have a fresh batch. But Cherokee purple tomatoes are just absolutely amazing tomatoes, and they're very hardy, and they are an heirloom variety, so they're not pretty tomatoes. I don't know if heirloom tomatoes are basically tomatoes that are unadulterated by hybridization and everything else. These are the same types of tomatoes that were growing hundreds of years ago. And they also are indeterminate. So the vines can grow, I want to say the stalk can get, I don't know, 6 feet tall, maybe a little taller. And as long as the plant continues to flower, it continues to produce. It's just the way it is.
So
they make a lot of tomatoes when they're really, really, really healthy.
So we'll have the Mextranjero 2027 seed exchange. Hey, no reason we can't.
And yeah, at least 20 years. I finally met you face to face at the musical box at Keswick. Yes. Was it the musical box or Lisa, was it Dance on a Volcano when Martin Lavac was, because my very first trip to Philly, to the Keswick, and we ate at the diner across the street. And then we went to go see Dance on a Volcano. That was the first time I met all the Philly fans. I recall that.
I don't know.
I know you don't know.
All I know is the first time I went up there, it was across the street from the Keswick because I didn't go in. It was the Hackett concert. And
what are your thoughts on America starving the Cuban children of life?
Don't know anything about it.
We don't know anything about it, to be honest. Is that literal, or is that basically the way the U.S. has treated Cuba for decades?
I don't know.
I'm not really sure.
Or Castro has treated them. I mean, it's one of those things where, that's a road we're not really going to go down.
No, but I'm not really sure. We just, I don't know much about it. And we do have someone here. Yeah. Oh no, Wilfredo's Puerto Rican. Yeah, Puerto Rican. I'm thinking of Puerto Rico right now. Not so much Cuba, but we don't really know much about it. To be fair,
and to be honest, one of the things that when we crossed the border, I mean, the news really did get cut off, and
yeah, we shut off U.S. news because, as our friends like to say, Mexico can be loud, but the U.S. is noisy. And it is noisy. And there's a lot of stuff going on that we don't agree with, which is why we're not there. So,
And who's to say what's right and what's wrong anymore? Because news is, just to give you a case in point.
I thought we weren't going to.
No, hold on.
Okay.
I'm talking about journalism.
Oh.
This morning I read an article. Music. Which, us, we like our music. And so somebody was interviewing Jeff Lynne, one of my favorites from ELO and the Traveling Wilburys. Okay. ELO's good. Wilburys even better. And they asked him about a particular song that he wrote called See Ya. And he said, well, I really wrote that song because I was enamored by what I was hearing out of the out of the U.S. He goes, I was loving the harmonies that I was hearing from the Doobie Brothers, and specifically the rhythmical guitar
Mm-hmm.
off of Long Train Running, which anybody knows the Doobies, Tom Johnston sort of does, they got two drummers, but he also plays the drums on his guitar because he carries the rhythm very hard on his guitar pieces. And then Pat Simmons and John McPhee, or when they were recording it, Skunk Baxter filled in all the pieces as far as leads and everything else. And so this journalist goes, written at the time that disco was in its heyday. And I'm going, hold on, Captain and Me came out in 1972, which is what Long Train Running was on. And disco was the late 70s. Dude, you just shot yourself in the foot. So,
Well, I think ultimately the basis of our channel, just if this is the first time that you've watched us, our channel is about how to move to Mexico and be respectful and respect the culture and the language and the
get
people.
the best life you can get, because guess what?
Yeah.
The Mexican people here have been absolutely the warmest, most gracious people
Yep.
that we have ever encountered in our lives. And they have taught us that family is still important. Religion is still important. And personal responsibility is important. You do something stupid, you're not suing anybody down here. You're dealing with the consequences. And the people here have just made us feel so welcome all over this country. Every town we go to, we walk away with friends.
And so anyway, where I was going with this is when we come to Mexico and we start this channel, we actually started the channel before we came to Mexico. The whole point of it was to educate people on how to move to and live in Mexico the right way. The right way being respectful of the people, respectful of the culture, and we don't talk about the politics of the U.S. because one of the reasons we left the U.S. was because we disagreed with what was going on in the US. So, it's stressful. They're going through a really hard time right now, but we're not really a part of it anymore. We left it behind. And so we don't keep up with not too much about what's happening because our life is focused here in Mexico on how to be good. We're not really citizens, but how to be good guests in
and that's
Mexico.
And when we act like guests, we treat it accordingly.
Yep.
That we are on our best behavior because we are guests in this wonderful country.
And I will say this: I got a little down today. I don't normally, but I did. I got a little bit down today because, and I know that this is happening more frequently simply because of the things that are happening right now in the U.S.
and the growth of the channel. I mean, we get more people.
I know.
We have more eyes on us.
But
so
the point is
more trolls.
Almost all the channels, and we talked about this at Mextranjero, we all have this area that we can review topics, review comments that have been hidden, and they're being held by YouTube because they either contain inflammatory language or maybe external links to things, spam. And so I decided to go in today to see what was being held today. And I found 3 different people who basically had a mouthful of foul language to say to us. And it got me down a little bit. Now, look, the percentage of people that do this is so small. It's so small. But after I spent, I put my heart and soul into making a video that really shows just how beautiful Mexico is. And then you go and you read these comments and the things that they're saying. I had to ban 3 people from the channel today.
They're not worth the headache.
I know.
I know. I mean, it's just.
I feel like there's a tick up on this activity right now because of what's happening.
And because, as the channel grows, and we get more and more viewers and we get more and more subscribers, more eyes are on us. Well, guess what? The number of trolls go up.
And I
you know
think it's
what?
also proof of the fact that it doesn't matter where you go in the world,
There's assholes.
there's going to be people who don't like you because of who you are,
It,
where you're from, or how you look.
it speaks about them more
Yeah.
than it does about us.
But it
That's
also means that racism and bigotry and things like that are not universally
exclusive.
exclusive to
Nope.
certain countries. But anyway, we'll get past that now.
Yes,
I'm feeling a little bit better now.
I'm glad you are.
Yeah. I wanted to start some new Cherokee plants with structure to grow into. I have more of your seeds if you need, or some new ones coming soon. I know, Annie. Thank you. I'm going to find them. I just don't know where to look right now.
I know what they're in. She knows what they're in, but
I know.
damned if we could figure out exactly where they're at. And it's one of those that one of us will go looking for something else and go,
oh,
guess
look,
what I found?
Here they are. You know. Why does Brighton have a production company? Is that typical for
That's
a
his
YouTuber?
business.
So yeah,
No, it's not. It's not typical.
Brighton has multiple channels.
And he produces videos for other people, for companies.
Yes.
So I mean, it's not like he is just doing this willy-nilly. No, he has companies that say we need a video on this, and then he will actually produce a video on that particular product for them. So
Yeah.
it's Brighton West Productions, if I remember correctly, and it's he has a slick little operation going, and because he's got the editors right there, hey, why not use them?
In the meantime, I'm looking at special editing things, trying to decide if I want to cough up the money to get it or not.
Yeah, well,
I've been looking.
That sort of got shot down today when we had to pony up because Mark needed a new phone after 4 years. It was like,
yeah, we had to get Mark a new phone, and this is what we discovered. That phone cost easily $500 or $600 more in Mexico. What'd you spend today? $1,200 after tax.
Right in that ballpark.
$1,200 after tax for a brand new S25 Ultra on Amazon. For some reason, it was cheaper on Amazon from the Samsung store.
From the Samsung store.
No, it was cheaper on Amazon in the Samsung store.
That's what I'm saying. From the Samsung store.
Than it was
on the online presence of the Samsung store.
If you go to Samsung.com, his phone was $400 or $500 more expensive. That makes no damn sense at all. Whatever. It was less expensive through the Amazon Samsung store than it was on the Samsung store. I don't get it. But he got a brand new S25 Ultra coming to his mom's, because if we had bought it in Mexico, it would have been like $500 or $600 more. So it was $1,200. Let's be conservative and say $500 more. I mean, we're talking about
and all 40%. All it is, folks, it needs a new battery.
Well,
the case is splitting because the battery's blowing up. The battery is starting to blow up.
I hope it doesn't explode on the plane.
Me too, saying. Because it'll be right underneath my ass. So if it explodes on the plane, that ain't gonna be pretty.
Yeah.
Because there ain't much ass there to give up.
Yeah, but his battery has expanded enough that it has opened the case.
And if you ever want to know on any electronics, is your battery starting to go bad, put it on a flat surface and try and spin it. If it doesn't spin easily, you're fine. If it just spins, it's time to replace the battery, because what happens is they start to bow. Yeah. And that little bit of bow, you can just go whip and it'll just go and spin like a top.
That happens pretty frequently with my headset batteries. I have a Plantronics headset that has an ear-in hook, and the battery pack sits like right next to that ear hook. And I notice it when I go to set it on my stand, it doesn't sit flush. Then I gotta yank it out and put a new battery in. And so when you are one of the reasons that Brighton was so busy, huh? I saw pictures of your bathroom, and it really looks impressive. So Good for you.
Yeah, I mean, Brighton's good at what he does.
And there you go. We just hung out with Brighton yesterday.
Yes.
Yes, he is always doing videos. He's always hustling. He's a busy guy. Got to give it to him. He's working it. He works the plan and he plans the work and
He
works the
plans the
plan.
work and works the plan.
Oh, sorry we missed the live. Wanted to congratulate Mark in the win last week. But got a feeling the next game won't have one foul.
You know, fortunately, I was with 5 women that night. And so I had one shot, and I went to a sports bar in Ajijic, and they tried, and they could not find the game.
Nope.
And so I'm like, if it had been just me, I'd have been running my ass all over town. But I was like, nope, we gave it one shot. And yeah, we pulled it out. And yeah, will that happen again? Don't know. I'm expecting that we, after watching what Louisville did to State the other night, I'm like, cripe, won by 42. You know, who knows? It's basketball. I'm just looking forward to in a couple of weeks going up, and when the tournament starts, getting to spend that time with my mom.
Slumber party at Gringo's. Man, that's one of those parties where you don't sleep all night.
Oh God.
We'd be up all night.
Bring it on.
Probably do karaoke while we're at it too. So drinking.
Well, duh.
We have enough beds. We have 5 singles and
2 kings.
Well, an extra king. So we have 5 singles and an extra king. We got room. And of course we have the 2 lounge things in the TV
good God,
room.
the TV room, and
then there's a couch out in the living room. Oh my. Hola from Hidalgo. Can hear you perfectly. Great.
Perfect.
Hey Jenny.
All right, Danny.
Uh-oh. Looks like Tommy's gonna lose the room. He hasn't claimed his bed yet. Watch out. And the stopwatch is for tapping frequently. So funny. Okay, so look. We don't know anything about what's going on. We don't know anything about what's going on with Iran. We don't know anything about what's going on with Cuba. And we're not going to talk about it again.
Nope.
Because we don't talk about politics on this channel.
Nope.
We talk about living in Mexico. We don't talk about the U.S. We don't live there anymore.
And there's plenty of channels out there that want to discuss that. And you know what?
I mean,
that's great for them.
We think that all people should be treated fairly, equally, that everyone is human and has a right to basic human decency. But beyond that, we're 2 gringos living in Mexico. We have no effect on that.
And all we want to do is live our best life that we can.
We have no effect on this. So we're not going to talk about it anymore. All right. I broke my ankle in October in Querétaro. Oh, no. Did you get treatment in Querétaro? I'm curious. You must have. You had to. You had to. Yeah.
Yeah, I would think so.
That had to be horrible. Be interested to know how you got treated, if you went to the IMMS hospital or if you went to a private hospital. I'd like to know a little more about that, because I had broken my arm at a resort while we were in
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, and we had to go to Playa del Carmen, and we went to a private hospital just because we were at an event and we had limited window of time for this event. So we just went to a private hospital.
She was hoping she was going to get back in time to see the show.
Yeah, I was. I mean, I seriously was.
No,
And so we went to a private hospital because we knew that the lines would be shorter. We knew we were going to pay more for it, but we have insurance that we got reimbursed with. And I got really good care, although we probably paid almost double what we would have paid someplace else, like Querétaro, for example. because we were in a tourist location.
Oh, absolutely.
So
I
I'd
mean,
be curious to see or to hear about your treatment and how things went, if you wouldn't mind, if you feel like sharing. Um, Tom, yes, we do have bunk beds. We also have multiple bathrooms.
well, yeah, but that room only has one. So I mean, if
Nobody makes
and
me
and and
bleed my own blood.
and just remember, Tommy, your particular room also has my closet. So no,
Uh, we'll probably go to the Happy Together tour. Okay. Oh, Tommy knows the Keswick. Great venue. I think they recently updated the seating and stuff. I think the Keswick's an awesome theater in general, although I had major problems with the staff there one night, and I'll briefly tell you why. I am friends with Steve Hackett and his wife Joe, like legitimate friends. Um, I texted Joe and asked her, when are you
to the
guys?
point where
I
she
literally
has
sent
number.
I sent Joe a text and asked her when the heck they were coming to Mexico City, because I had heard that they were and didn't see any dates, and she answered me. So it's like that. We're not like tight friends, but casual acquaintance type friends. And one night, I didn't pay for a meet and greet, but I had meet and greet privileges because of my friendship. And I'm at the Keswick. There's a meet and greet after the Steve Hackett concert, and I looked up. We were down near the pit, and I looked up at the back of the theater, and there was I don't know, there were people standing up there at the top of the theater. Now, if they weren't supposed to be there, you would have thought that the dumbass staff would have escorted them out of the building already, but they didn't do that. So I went up. I saw the drummer was up talking with some people, and I thought it'd be interesting to hear what he was talking about, because he was wearing a derby hat, very similar to John Bonham. And I figured that it was a tribute to John Bonham. And anyway, I wanted to go up and listen to what the drummer was saying. So I go up there, and then somebody asked me if it was okay if they went down to to meet Steve, and I'm like, I don't know why these people are here. Why are they even in the building after the show if they're not there for the meet and greet? And I got the impression this person was just so nervous and so starstruck that they were afraid to go down and approach him. And I'm like, oh, just go down and talk to him. Next thing you know, the staff at the Keswick is tossing my ass out. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I told this person who was standing up there that they could go down and talk to Steve Hackett. Now the thing is why, if they weren't allowed to be there, were they standing there? And why was this ass, and I will call him an ass, and he was being an absolute jerk with me. And
That wasn't me. Okay,
no.
I'm good.
And I said, I got to go down and get. No, you're not going down. I said, I left my stuff down there. I need to go get it. And he was a real dick with me. Sorry. And he's like, I'm watching you. You get your stuff and then you leave. Like, what is wrong with this guy? Absolutely ridiculous. And the whole reason he was tossing me out is because I told this chick that she could go down and talk to Steve. Why was she in the building if she wasn't even supposed to be there? I don't know. Anyway, so I had an issue with their staff, but I did like the theater, and I've been there many times to see many shows. It's a really nice place. Just not that jerk that was running the back of the house. Yeah, I don't know. I wish I would have got that guy's name. Let it go.
He's probably better off that you don't.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Trust me, that ain't a list you want to be on.
It's not a big list. It's a small list.
No shit.
Yeah, we got conversations going back. I'm just going to kind of skip over some of the apples. Ole, hey, there he is. Hey, Sloppy Joe.
Hey, Mark.
That's what they say when the bullfighter dodges the bull. Way to stay away from politics during the live. It is what it is, man. We're not here for politics. If we were here for politics, we'd live in Ajijic.
Ain't that the
I'm
truth?
just saying, we don't bring that stuff with us, man. That's not why we're here. We left it behind for a reason. So, uh, nope, it was Musical Box. I did the seven. They did the '76 tour. Okay, so you didn't go see Dance on a Volcano. So that would have been maybe the second or third time that I went up to see one of those shows. And yeah, the '70s, it was cool. They had T-shirts for sale. I almost bought one. I don't know. I might have bought one. That was the year, the Musical Box tour, Lisa. That was the year that they had their Peter Gabriel guy dress up with a beard to do Harry Phil and sing the songs like Phil, but he still sounded like Peter. Right? I think that's it.
I don't know why you're
Okay.
pointing to me because I couldn't tell
All
the
right.
difference.
So the Musical Box is out of Quebec. And
Martin Levesque or whatever.
yeah, Martin Levesque used to be their drummer. And
Gee, sound familiar?
he used to play left-handed just like Phil. And then one day, Martin Levesque left the Musical Box and formed his own band with Frank LaRouche, and they called it Dance on a Volcano. And the joke used to be that that Martin Levesque was so much like Phil that he has to be one of Phil's illegitimate offspring. And
God knows there's
and
enough of them.
the truth of the matter is, Martin Levesque does sound like Phil Collins, even when he's not trying. He even tried to do his own solo music and stuff, and you close your eyes and you hear Phil Collins. So anyway, the Musical Box. At the time me and Lisa saw them, Martin was no longer in the band. He had already done his Dance with a Volcano and then moved on to do his own Phil Collins tribute shows. And so they had a singer who plays Peter Gabriel, early Peter Gabriel, obviously before he left the band. But now they're doing this '76 tour, Trick of the Tail tour type stuff, and and he's dressing up like crazy Harry Phil with the big bushy beard, but he still sounds like Peter Gabriel. It was still good,
No.
but it was just, yeah. What? How would this sound if Peter had sung it? Well, we found out that night. uh I'm glad you don't. Yes, I know. I know. And you know what? Here's the truth. Here's the truth. Because, particularly me, him not so much, because he's got time to peruse and read articles and keep up on world events at times.
If I choose to.
If he chooses to. I pretty much never get a time to, and if I have free time, I choose to use it in other ways. I'm going to watch shows that I miss and stuff. So,
Well, and the biggest issue is even if I choose to read it, I don't know. I can't believe it anymore.
well, yeah,
I mean, that's the big. You can't. You used to be. When I was a kid, you believed half of what you read and all of what you saw. That ain't even the truth anymore.
yeah, I don't believe anything I see or read anymore. So you got to do so much digging just to find the truth when you see something on Facebook, for example.
Do I have the desire
No,
to do all that shit?
no.
No.
But ultimately, where I was going with this is that I am not educated enough on the topic to provide anything that would hold any water.
And I don't care.
And so there's no point in me saying anything because I'm going to get caught in a trap in some way talking about something I know nothing about. And I think that people who know nothing about a subject should just keep their mouths shut. That's me. So I have no opinion because I don't have the background to have an opinion. And there's no point talking about it.
And quite honestly, what does it get any of us?
No, nothing. Just angry people.
So,
Arlene, I know. Don't let him get in. I know.
No.
I know.
She was like, we had 3, and I went, I know, I saw them. She goes, no, they were on. I went, no, I saw them. And she goes, you didn't do anything with them. I went,
why didn't you clear them out? Why didn't you block them? Yeah.
Because they, as far as I'm concerned, they can ride in blocked heaven for as long as they want. If it makes them feel good.
But that's just it. They weren't blocked yet. They were just
No,
sitting.
no. I mean, in the hidden part,
Oh,
you know, we're getting engagement.
no, I know.
So it's one
I
of
know.
those. It's one of those. We're going. You know, nobody sees the comments, but we're getting credit for having comments on there.
I know. I know. I've gotten plenty of nasty comments left by timeshare slimes on my Cancun airport videos because I tell about them. I know.
Oh,
And he's right. It's engagement. But if they're going to come in and just throw a bunch of cuss words out at you and say stuff you don't, that's not productive. People don't need to see it, and I don't need to see it.
and I damn sure don't take it personally
So
because you
you're
know what?
blocked. You're blocked, and you're blocked. Troll alert. Yep,
Yep.
yep, yep, yep. That's right. Yes, I got treated by a specialist. Oh, thank you. It was the best care I've had. I'm recovering now beautifully. Doctor spent time in the office more than an hour with yes, which is so unusual. The
Not
care,
here.
not in
I mean, not
that.
here. I mean,
That's the
our
norm.
experiences here. That's what it is, and they want to make sure you're taken care of. I mean, the guy who took her cast off her arm when she broke it, you know, he was phenomenal. Just you know, and he was looking at me, and boy, he worked his 3 saw blades to cut her cast off, and he was looking at me going,
It was overkill.
"Seis nivels, 6 levels."
Actually, I think it was more than that. I thought he said more.
Well, he said seis because that's what he was at the time that he was still cutting, and I mean, that man was in a sweat. He was
He
like,
worked hard,
"Wow."
and depending on what you're getting treated for, and if you have multiple treatments or issues, sometimes they give you their personal
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp and stuff, so you can message them if you need anything. I thought it was really good care, exceptional, and I don't know if you guys, maybe not all of you have watched Ernie Baca's early videos about his neck cancer, but the amount of time that he would have waited just to go see a specialist in the U.S.
Months.
He got treated, surgery and everything, in a matter of 2 weeks or less, and
No,
was done.
within 36 hours.
I mean,
I
he was
mean,
done
you know,
here.
his throat was bothering him. Yami looked at him and said, "No, you're going to the doctor." And he was like, I've got an appointment with a specialist there in San Antonio." She goes, "No, you're going to the doctor here
And
in
he goes,
Monterrey."
she's going, "You're
And
seeing my doctor."
and
Yeah,
so he went and saw the doctor. Doctor went, "We're doing we're going to do a scan." And Ernie's like, "I've got a scan scheduled." And he's like, "No, 3 o'clock this afternoon. You go get the scan."
yep.
And he went and did the scan. And within an hour of him getting the scan, he got a phone call from the doctor who had read the scan and went, "We're doing surgery at 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. You have cancer."
Done. Done. By the time they would have got around to looking at him in the US, it would have been huge. It would have been a huge ordeal, operation, treatments, if it hadn't spread. I mean, just incredible. So,
It's just,
yeah. Um, and let's
and
talk about,
he still gets phone calls from this doctor every once in a while. Just, "Hey, how's it going? Have you noticed anything?" So it's not a
no,
one and done. It's a no. You are a patient.
the ease of
The
medical care in Mexico is such that you don't have to go through referral processes and waiting for appointments and insurance clearances and none of that crap. You have options where you can go to private and pay more, or you can go to the public and pay less.
and you still pay less than what you would have paid in the U.S. And the secret here is, folks, get yourself a card
Hmm.
that has a very high limit on it that allows you to walk into any hospital and go, boom, put it on this. We have one that has an extremely high limit. That's what it's there for.
Yeah.
That is its purpose. If for some reason, Gina had to take my ass to the hospital, she could just pull the card out and go, treat him.
Yeah. Well, let's explain why real quick. You have to pay for everything up front here, and then you can get reimbursed if you have insurance to cover it. Um, so you have to pay up front. Uh, a lot of, probably most of the hospitals in an emergency will do
They'll stabilize you.
They'll life stabilizing treatment, but then after that, they're done. Uh, you got to pay then. You got to pay for whatever else is coming, and there's differences in how inpatient stays work, which we don't know for sure how that works, and it's different.
And hopefully it's going to be a long time before we learn that.
But we do know that some hospitals, they don't have nurses that check on you at night and or bring your meals or anything to you. So some hospitals, you have to have family or friends there who will bring you your meals, stay with you during the night, give you your baths, change your clothes. I mean, there's differences like that. But that's not all hospitals, but some of them, yeah. But we haven't experienced that yet. We just have a friend who did have to go do those things for her mother. So she would go a couple days a week to go see her mother and do the bathing and the clothes changing and washing her
Yeah.
hair. So let's just say, for example, the best example is when I broke my arm and I went to the hospital. It was a private hospital in Playa del Carmen. It cost us about $5,500, maybe a little less than that, 5,000 something.
Somewhere in that ballpark. A little over $5,000.
We got charged first.
She got there and she gave him a credit card.
Yeah. And we got charged one small amount first.
A deposit.
And that was to cover basically an x-ray and treatment for my toe.
The triage.
Yeah. And then when they found out that they were going to have to do a CT scan, then I had to pay the rest of whatever else was going to go on. And then
well, I mean, when they got done, they had to call in the orthopedic surgeon.
Yeah.
They had to call in the anesthesiologist.
They did surgery.
All this stuff. They did surgery. And, before they were releasing her, I'm up there at the front desk going, here's the credit card. Just put it on here. And the nice part is they are so used to dealing with this that the itemized receipt that I got had all the treatment codes and everything else that any insurance company is going to ask. They're used to dealing with it this way.
Yeah.
And at the bottom was, here's the email. If the insurance company has any questions,
yep.
Here's the email. Shoot us an email, and we'll be glad to work with you.
Yeah.
But instead of we're in the U.S. where give us your insurance card and we're going to work with the insurance company, and that becomes such a friggin' nightmare.
Oh, God. Well, and then you've got bills coming in months after you got treated.
This is it.
You've got the emergency room bill. You've got the doctors who work in the emergency room bill.
The radiologist.
You got the anesthesiologist bill. You've got the radiologist who looked at your stuff after the person who looked at it. All that stuff comes in months after you're done. And this broken arm probably would have cost minimum $25,000. Minimum, probably more.
30. I'm betting 30.
I mean, minimum. And so in Mexico, it was like $5,000.
And this dumb
and that was double what it probably would have been in other places.
Because we were in a gringo area. I mean, we were in Riviera Maya. And this dumbass, because, well, before this all occurred, I spent all day at the swim up bar.
Yep.
And so, I had just got back to the room, was laying down because I sleep during the concerts. Phone rings. All right, Gina broke her arm. You need to come down here. Da 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 da. Okay, here we go. Off we go. So we get there, and I literally, and this has never happened to me in my entire life, I fainted.
He fainted.
I mean, hit the back wall. Down I went.
Hit his head.
If this had been the U.S., I'd be in a bed.
They would have checked him in.
They'd have started the chart. They'd have done all this. All they did was roll a chair over, put a blood pressure cuff on me, and went, okay. None of that showed up anywhere.
No, they monitored him for an hour free of charge.
Okay, he's good.
Yeah. And again, when I was in Watuco and I had to have a minor outpatient based type surgery procedure right in the doctor's office, um, paid in cash.
Uh-uh.
Well,
Partially
partial,
paid.
I know, but the point is, where I'm trying to say is, this $5,000 paid for my arm. That was almost double what it would have been anywhere else in Mexico, any non-tourist location. And treatment was done. No more bills. All the X-rays, the CD with the CT scan on it, everything in my possession. Walking out the door, medications, everything. And then we go for this thing in
No, no,
Huatuco.
no. Oh, wait. Hold on. You're forgetting the part. Take you down to the car. We get in the car. We're driving out, and the nurse comes running out
Oh yeah, with
because it
with the
was like
documents,
documents and then a prescription
not a prescription.
that we had paid for, and she comes running out, flagging us down, and we're like, "Oh crap! What?
Yeah,
Did we not pay enough? No. Here,
yeah.
we forgot to give you this."
And me having worked in healthcare for 35 years, I know all the name brands of all the medical equipment. They were using all the same state of the art stuff in this hospital that they do in the US, all of it, even the CT machine. I'm trying to remember right now the brand. I don't know if it was Siemens,
I think it was.
but I mean everything. I recognized everything they
It
were
looked.
using.
If you could turn your hearing off and not hear the Spanish, you'd have swore to God you were in a U.S.
Yeah. So then
emergency room.
so then in Watuco, when I had that minor surgery, I thought I was going to have to go to an outpatient surgery clinic location. And this guy was a doctor who did those types of surgeries. How did I find him? Guys, I went on to WhatsApp and I sent a message and I said, "Do you perform these types of this treatment?" And he said, "Yes. Can you be here? Blah, blah, blah." And I'm like, "Oh, well, I have a Spanish class. Can I come after that?" And he's
no,
like, "Yeah."
literally, he was like, "Okay, come in an hour," and she was like, "Well, I'll be in the middle of my Spanish class. How about this time?" And he was like, "Oh, that works."
Yeah. So we get there, and the dude rolls up on a motorcycle in a polo shirt and ripped up blue jeans. This is my doctor. Don't be deceived by appearances. Dude knew what he was doing. He had all the supplies he needed in his office. He did what he needed to do. We were paying in cash. We didn't have enough cash to pay for it because we weren't
Because I
expecting.
wasn't expecting it to occur right at that
Yeah, I
moment.
mean, I knew what his office visit was going to cost, and we had enough for that. We didn't know he was going to do it right there in his office. He looked at it and he's like, "I can do this here right now." Okay, well, we didn't have enough money, and we paid him what we could, and he basically said, well, he wanted us to come back in like 2 days so
Yep.
he could look at it.
That was Thursday. He was like, I want to do a follow up on Saturday. Bring the rest of it on
Pay me
Saturday.
then. Pay me the rest then.
Done.
Okay, okay, and that wasn't even that much. What was that?
No, it was 3,500 pesos.
3,500 pesos.
Yep.
The
I
dude,
had like 3,200 in my pocket, and it was
that's like
like,
nothing.
here's
Um,
here's three. He goes, yeah, bring me the other 500 when you come on Saturday.
when I had to get the cast off again,
Mm-hmm.
we had changed cities. We're not in Playa del Carmen anymore. We're in Tuxtla Gutierrez. So
Mm-hmm.
I go on Google and I look up orthopedic doctors in Tuxtla Gutierrez. And I found one and I sent him a message on WhatsApp or the office. He actually did have a receptionist.
Yes, he did. Well,
Um,
it was a group of doctors that had
one.
one receptionist, and
Yeah.
there's like five different doctors in there and one receptionist.
And
So
I basically said, can I make an appointment? And they gave me the day and the time. We showed up. I think his office visit was, I want to say, the equivalent of about $75, maybe 100. But then by the time he took the cast off, that was a little extra.
I actually, because they didn't have change, I actually had to go down to the Oxxo and buy a Coke and break a 500 peso 500 just so I could have change, because it was at the end of the day and she didn't have change, and it was like, no
I
hay
can't
problema.
remember. I think his entire office visit was $150.
It was cheap.
It was nothing. And he had spent a long time
Oh.
getting that cast off. And he sent me downstairs to the next building to get an x-ray. That x-ray cost 35 US dollars and it was done in 5 minutes. So
And here's the thing. 5 minutes, we're walking out of there. They're handing us the physical X-ray.
Yeah.
We walk into his office. He's already got the X-ray up on his screen because they sent it to him electronically, and he looked and was like, "Todo está bien. Everything's fine. We're good to go, ready to pull it off. Boom."
See, they're true with pay with a credit card, and to tell you what all my treatment, the emergency in this doctor was under $2,000, and we have insurance.
Yeah.
We submitted it. Insurance paid the bill. Yep.
Yep.
That's how it works here, guys. If you're here, I don't even know if Mexican insurance per se works any differently than
No.
what we have. I think it's still pay up front and get reimbursed.
Unless you're at the IMS.
Unless you're at the IMS, which in that case, that's public health. IMSS, IMMS. I always get it messed up. I apologize, but that's the public health. And you know, if you have a credit card with a limit or you have a rainy day fund, that's what you use to pay for these things. If God forbid you ever get into a life threatening situation, you need to have that money available to pay for your care. That's just how it works here. And if you have insurance like we do, and it's an emergency situation, like in our case, we have that Safety Wing Nomad insurance, and it works for us basically in emergency type situations. They reimburse in about a week. So that's a good thing. I'm going to go back because I skipped just a couple to continue that. So in the Manzanillo video, is it from Riviera Mar? Yes, it is. And did you get some of Las Hadas? Yes, I did. Also, did you get a chance to go to Playa Santiago? No, we did not. Because I had to work while we were there. We only had weekends free. And we made the best use of our weekend time as much as we could. We did go to restaurants around town, and we went to the Malecon. We did try to go to Centro, but when we got to Centro, we realized in Manzanillo that Centro is a very, very congested, concentrated. The roads are small, one way, and it's very, very, very busy.
And we got there in the morning, and
all the mercados
and the mercados
were all
slammed.
Open. It was nowhere to park. Traffic was bad enough. It took us a while to get out of Centro, and then we went back over to the Malecon, and that's where we got out and walked around. We did go to Las Hadas. Amy Whitney from Expat Spanish was actually there. She got an Airbnb at Las Hadas, and we went over to her place one evening to watch the sunset and get a different perspective of the bay that we were in.
Oh, and we got some breeze.
Our Airbnb was great. I'm not going to say it was not nice. It was nice, but we had no air movement at all. And you would think, being waterfront like we were, that we would get something. But see, the way Manzanillo is built, it's in steps. It's cliffside, and there's a building, and then you go down, and there's a building, and then you go down. Well, we were on the bottom floor of one building, and there was the top floor of the next building right in front of us.
We had a nice view, which you guys all saw, but we didn't get any air.
There was no air.
Air.
I think that building in front of us was catching whatever air we would have got. So we had no air movement. We had no air conditioning. The humidity was so high, it wreaked havoc on my electronics for at least the first week. And of course, with me working during the week, it left us little time. We went out on the weekends to look at some things while we could.
Yeah.
And then we were supposed to stay a whole 4 weeks, and we cut it short, and we only stayed 3 weeks. But we saw one of the most awesome fireworks shows.
Without a doubt,
very cool.
If you ever have the opportunity to do New Year's Eve,
I have a drinking problem.
Me too. If you ever have the opportunity to spend New Year's Eve in Manzanillo, do it. Do it. It is phenomenal. The video shows a small portion.
Just a little bit.
because
It would have been boring to show it all.
no. I get that, but what the video didn't show was the expanse of it, because the boats are out there from one side of the harbor or the bay all the way to the other, and then you have the entire ground on the beach. They're setting off fireworks, and
Yep.
it just was like everywhere you looked, and then suddenly you're like, crap, I can't even hardly see the fireworks anymore because the smoke got
Oh, yeah.
so heavy.
Yeah, I've never seen
I
that
mean,
much.
to the point where it was just like we're starting to mute the fireworks because there was so much smoke.
Yeah, but it was cool. It's beautiful. And I would go back on a vacation type thing. It would definitely be like a week or two at the most. And it would be,
Behind Watuco.
I'm just saying,
I'm
I would stay at Las Hadas if I could. Amy had a very, very, very nice Airbnb. Okay, so
yes,
here
you did.
she did. The reason we stayed where we stayed is because when I was looking at Airbnbs to book a place there, they were expensive.
All right, folks. First of all,
Really expensive.
Manzanillo was only supposed to be a quick stopover because in the original plan it was going to be Zihuatanejo, Manzanillo, and then up to Puerto Vallarta. And then when we finally started doing the whole, all right, we gotta, the travel fatigue set in. This is, would I like to go back or go to Zihuatanejo? Yes. Haven't been there.
We'll still do it.
There's things that we want to do still, but the travel fatigue of just loading the car and going, rendered that
Yeah, so
that ain't happening
that
anymore.
was the last official place we had booked.
Yeah, that was already, it was on the books. We paid for it. It was, so we left a week early that we'd already paid for. So
it was really hot. It was hard to sleep at night.
Oh God, yeah.
We had ceiling fans and pedestal fans going. It really didn't help.
No.
We had curtains in our bedroom that when there was wind coming down off the hill behind us, it would blow the curtains in. We had nights where that wasn't even moving. It was just really hot.
It was, in the words of that great band Whitesnake, the still of the night.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Anyway.
I mean, it was literally, it was the still of the night. It just was like
but I wanted to do some things there. As I was looking at the drone footage, I thought to myself, man, look at all these areas of reef that I could have been snorkeling in.
And you wanted to go over to the shipwreck.
I wanted to do the shipwreck. I wanted to, I mean, I didn't even get to taste tuba. I wanted to taste tuba. And I didn't get to do that. There's a lot of stuff that we would have been able to do if we had maybe just, I don't know, if we had had a place with some air, it might have helped.
Well, no, quite honestly, that was the place that hammered home we were tired. We walked out of that place and left more crap there.
Oh my God.
Than we had in any previous visit that we had been anywhere. It was like,
we didn't mean to.
No, it wasn't by design.
It's like we packed up last minute and escaped. That's not really what happened.
But it showed that we had reached the level of we're done.
Well, let's see. I left was it pepper mix? Yeah.
Yep.
My pepper, onion, sun-dried tomato mix that I chop up and I put into my eggs when I make my egg sandwiches in the morning, my breakfast sandwiches. I left my mix in their freezer.
That's a small thing.
With one of the nice pop lid containers. I left that.
That wasn't so small.
I left my copper egg pan in their oven. I left our unit conversion magnet that helps in the kitchen with grams to pounds and
temperatures,
and which is especially
liquid measurements, everything.
Left that on their fridge. What else did we leave?
I don't know.
We left stuff in their house.
It just was one of those. All it proved was we were tired. I mean, and that was the whole thing. Is it reached a point where that was like, all right, we are so exhausted
And to be
of
fair,
moving.
if Amy had not been there, we might have had more time to go do some of those things that I wanted to do.
I'll take the trade off.
No, but I mean,
I know.
we enjoyed spending time with Amy, and we would go out to eat with her a few times. One night we went over to her place. One night she came over to our place. We went out to restaurants twice with
Yep.
her, so we had a good time that way.
And our Spanish is better.
Yes.
So I mean, it's one of those, and Amy actually came down from Guadalajara down to
For the holiday.
no,
Oh,
came
for
down to Mextranjero,
Mextranjero.
and she was like,
Yeah.
I get this now.
Yeah,
And it was,
it's a great way for her to
you know,
to
and
promote
it
her
was like, okay,
classes.
you know, because I kept telling her, this is your audience.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
these are the people that you're trying to get to. And she was just like, thank you. You know,
Yeah.
besides the thank you for the good meat at Bruno's. You know,
Yeah, that was good, Kyle. So it was the Harry Phil guy. Those of you who don't know what we mean by Harry Phil, go look up Phil Collins between the years of
77
I want to
and
say
79.
75 through 78.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Look up Harry Phil. Long hair, big bushy beard. Harry Phil.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch Phil. Oh, I already said we went there. Our favorite saying, personal responsibility. My goodness, who has that anymore?
Yeah,
You have it in Mexico.
you do. And
You do.
that's the beautiful thing about
Yep.
it. If you want to put 5 people on a scooter, including the dog, go for it.
How about let's make this into one of those redneck things. If you see people hanging outside of the bus while it's moving down the highway,
You might be in Mexico.
you might be in Mexico.
I mean,
If you see mom, dad, the baby, and the dog on a scooter,
you might be in Mexico.
If you see electrical wires hanging down on the sidewalk in a tangled mess, you might be in Mexico.
Thank you, Jeff Foxworthy.
But the thing is like, yeah, the wires are there. Guess what? Don't touch them. Don't chew on them. Don't play with them. Personal responsibility. If you want to get on that bus and they can't squeeze any more people and they can't even close the door, if you want to hang on with half of your body hanging outside the bus
And we've seen it.
while it's moving, well, that's on you.
Yo, me personally,
I wouldn't do
I'd
it.
probably wait for the next one. But guess what? Ain't no guarantee the next one's going to have any more room than the
Right,
last one.
right.
So,
You know, it happens. Oh, unfortunately, and I don't know the details, all the details, but apparently there was a bike, maybe motorcycle accident just this past week in Ajijic, and a death occurred.
yeah.
I don't know how it happened, but that's sad, and it happens. We saw an accident one day when Romy was taking us somewhere.
I know we were going to
Bike on the ground.
Tacos 27. And it's one of those, if you're going to white line, shit can happen because let's be for real. I mean, we went the other day and we were headed towards, Pollo Pachugan. And all of a sudden,
You gone.
6 cars wanted the same spot.
Oh, yes.
And I mean, I'm slamming on the brakes. 6 cars wanted the same spot.
Yeah.
And-
That was the closest we've ever gotten to a potential accident.
And fortunately, nobody hit anybody or anything else. But it was like, but oh crap, there's only room for one. And
Made
so
the biggest car win. I don't know.
yes, and we won.
Um,
But anyway, so but it's one of those where if you're gonna white line, it's Mexico. People turn from the right lane, the left lane, you don't know. And so if you're gonna white line down that, Oh, I mean, every
Oh,
time I see it, I just go, ugh.
good one. So we missed you too there, Shane.
Yeah.
You missed a good time. This was a big one this year. Um,
Next year will be
so Tom is definitely dropping dental and Part D insurance.
my brother. You and I need to have a conversation in the next couple of days.
Yes.
So
Mark just got hit with Medicare B. I came downstairs and said, Mark, your Social Security is about $203 short. You need to go look at it. And the thing is Mark, you had 30 more days or 90 days or
no, I had
something.
90 more days.
90 more days to decide if he wanted to sign up for Medicare or whatever. But they just automatically deducted it anyway.
Yeah.
And gave him Part B, and we're not sure if we need Part B because we're not in the U.S.
So
you guys need to talk.
and I need to.
Yeah, this is new territory for us, and we need some assistance in this navigation. If and only if I decide to get a car in Mexico, will be so nice to pay what $100 or so over the year. We pay 400
4, yeah.
400 for a year.
And
I pretty much picked the top of whatever I could
yeah,
get.
we maxed out, our coverage and everything else because we were like, okay, you know what? It's so much cheaper. Let's just. But this year, the things we have coming. I mean, I just got done sending Romy and Liz a WhatsApp on this. It's like, okay, number one, we got to renew the lease here because we got too much crap going on after the end, after June of this year. We don't need to be trying to figure out, all right, let's move someplace else. Nope, not happening. Then we got to do permanent residency. We got to get Mexican driver's license. We got to nationalize the car.
Maybe
all these things, maybe, but all these things are things that we have to start looking at because it's like, wow, hold on, really? We've reached a point where we've been here for 4 years. This is now staring us in the face. Yeah.
Oh, and hold that thought because this is a good time to talk about changes that are coming. And yes, the fireworks on New Year's Eve, they are spectacular.
Yes.
They were very impressive. The state of Colima actually pays for this display.
They do.
But humid, yeah, I don't know. It could have just been a one-off weird event. It was so freaking hot. Even Amy, who used to live in Puerto Vallarta and has lived in Guadalajara for what, 2 years now?
Year.
Roughly.
Year.
She came back and went, "Oh my God!" I opened the door and started to melt.
and the other part of it is, we're coming from the Central Highlands, so we're coming from very dry, and then all of a sudden, boom. So what we would consider, extremely humid, may not be, I mean, if you talk to Don and Lisa who live in our friends in Huatulco, they may be going, yeah, this isn't too terribly bad. We'd be going, oh my God, I'm dying.
I was back to having the sweat run down the middle of my back.
Oh, it
was hot.
I don't think I put a shirt on other than going out to dinner the entire time. It was like, throw a pair of shorts on and.
Oh, and really quick about the nationalizing the car. Is it worth it or is it better to buy? Well, our car is old. Now, our car has a second life to it because right before we came to Mexico, we got a brand new engine. But
Thank you, Kia.
But our car is from 2012. So they don't know that we got a new engine. So basically,
and they don't care.
They're going to look at the age of our car.
Yes.
And it's going to have a value on it. And then they may charge the import tax on the value of that car.
And then the VAT.
Yes. So I don't know what we're looking at. Maybe $3,000-$4,000.
Let's put it this way.
It's cheaper than buying a car brand new. And I don't necessarily want to buy a used car here.
Either way,
so
we have to go back to the border.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that I did find out is that, we're going to have to go back to the border. We're going to have a broker that's going to facilitate this whole thing. First of all, we get our tip back, which, okay, couple $100. I think it was
400.
$400.
Yeah.
And so we get the tip back, and then we nationalize the car. But to nationalize the car, we have to have Mexican driver's license, and then we need Mexican plates to be able to put on it when we nationalize it as we cross the border, so that we can now drive back down here, because we can't do it again on the South Dakota plates. So all of these things are things that they're great video content and everything else, and we're going to share it all with you. But these are all things that we're going, oh,
The
crap,
national,
this all
you
sort
know,
of, and it all sort of happens in a short, because we got 30 days.
yeah.
I mean, and so from the time that we get our permanent residency, we got 30 days. So
The whole debate on nationalizing the car, it really comes down to, well, which one is going to cost you more? And we happen to be in a good position where the VIN number on our car, because it's a Kia, which are sold in Mexico, and
no, because it happens to be a Kia that was built in a North American plant.
well, yeah, and that's indicated by the VIN number.
Right.
That's where I'm going with this.
Yes.
So the VIN number does qualify, because I looked that up a long time ago. It's just a matter of how much is it going to cost us. If it's more cost effective for us to keep a car that we know runs well and we're familiar with
And we like,
we'll keep it. If it's not, then we won't. But then that means we got to go shop for a car. And you know what? Cars in Mexico are expensive too. It's not like they're super, super dirt cheap here. So, we could get a used car, but they don't have lemon laws and stuff like that like they do in the US. So I'm not real sure if I want to get a used car. I would rather have a new one if I had to buy one. But if we can nationalize it and it's affordable and it's a better option for us, especially since we have a newer engine in it and we know it doesn't have a lot of miles on that engine, we should be okay. I don't know. We have to look at it as we get closer to it. We have to get real numbers that we don't have right now just to get an idea. We got people to talk to. We have to hash that out. But it's been something we've been thinking about. So let's see. I end up have to go back to the border to sell my van. It would be worth it compared to trying to nationalize it. Yeah. Sometimes it is. Sometimes that VAT and everything else that you have to pay, it's not worth it.
But it all depends upon, can you nationalize it? Because if you can't, that makes the decision real easy for you. And number two, dollars or pesos.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're looking at spending 200,000 pesos to replace the vehicle, or it's going to cost you 50,000 pesos to nationalize it. I mean, economics.
It just depends.
Yep.
Again, it depends on the car, how old it is, what the VAT's going to run, all that stuff. And we have to just evaluate it from at that point. I do believe you're right, Tom. I do believe that they used Carvana. At one time, I actually looked up the value of our car, and I don't remember if it was Carvana or.
Yeah, they drove all the way back to San Antonio.
Who is the company that has them in the big machines?
That's Carvana.
Is that Carvana?
Yeah.
The big.
I mean, whether you go to Carvana, CarMax, whoever.
I think it was.
Yeah, no, they went to Carvana.
I think maybe I was looking at CarMax. Anyway, we got a really good quote during COVID on the value of our car. But then after parts started becoming available again, that quote went down real quick.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you're doing voice to text. That's awesome. I try to do that. It makes up words for me.
Yeah.
Okay. So some of the things that are coming for the channel. So as we are talking about how we are approaching permanent residency, we are going to be changing some of the details and the taglines of our channel.
Well, one of the biggest changes is we have decided we're going to change when the videos get dropped.
Well, we already did. So that's
Well,
already happened.
Yeah, but there's going to be, so all of you who are wondering, when can I look for a new video?
It's Friday evenings now.
6 Eastern, 5 Central.
We're not there yet. It's always going to be 6. It's always going to be 5 Central.
6 Eastern. Yeah.
Well, but when the time changes,
I know, but it's always going to be 6 Eastern.
It's always going to be 5 Central Mexico time. That means if the time zones have changed in the U.S., it'll vary. But 5 Central Mexico time.
Okay, so that means after March 9th, it'll be 7 o'clock Eastern time.
We discussed how certain channels are blossoming really quickly, so fast that they started a year or longer after us and have blown past us by almost double digits. And one of the things that was discussed was dropping the videos during a time when most of our viewers are online. Now, we had done that early, and then it got to the point a few years in that we had viewers on all different times. But then I went back and I looked at the analytics that YouTube provides, and what I found was every single day except one day a week, everybody's real heavy on at 5 p.m.
Yep.
And they're on every day at 6 p.m. So I was just like, and I do mean like the highest numbers. I don't mean every single
Not
person,
everybody, but
the highest numbers of people are on between
all of
5
you
and 6.
Tend to be that's the peak time for us.
So I'm like, okay. So what that means is when you drop a video at those times, and most of the people who watch your videos, if they're watching them at those times and you're getting a lot of views, then YouTube will push it out more. So we're going to try it. And I've been putting them out at 9 o'clock in the morning Central
on Saturdays
because, well, it just seemed like an easy time for him to do comments and stuff. When in fact, 5 or 6 p.m. is our peak time every day of the week. So I'm doing it on Fridays at 5 or 6 p.m. And wouldn't you know it, the last video had over 3,000 views so far.
We don't know if that's content.
Yeah, we don't know.
I mean,
but anyway,
the hardest part of figuring out YouTube is what makes anything tick.
We don't know how that works. But what's changing? Because we are going to be permanent residents, and because words like expat can trigger people.
Oh, God.
We're going to be dropping expats with a plan. I'll tell you a brief history of what I know about the word expat. I know it's been around for a really, really long time, since at least the 1700s.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know that the first time I recall ever hearing the term expat was what the British used to call themselves in the 1970s when they were moving into Florida.
Well,
they called themselves British expats.
Gee, folks, guess what? This goes all the way back to music again, because that's when people like Barry Gibb was moving from London to Miami to avoid the taxes. Keith Moon was moving to LA to avoid the taxes.
Keith Richards was living in the Bahamas. Some of the people were living in
Eric Clapton,
south of France. They were leaving the United Kingdom because the tax rate on the wealthy was very, very high.
90-some%.
But I remember hearing the term British expats in the 1970s and 1980s. That's the first time I recall actually hearing it. But the term has been around a long, long time. I don't find an issue with the term expat. By definition, an expat is someone who is living somewhere on a temporary basis.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Well, that's what we are. Legally, we're here temporarily.
Until November.
But when we become permanent, we're not temporary anymore. And if I'm going to stand by that word, the definition of, and it describes a temporary resident, that's not going to be who we are anymore.
No.
So we will be dropping expats with a plan. Around that time, I may do it before then, we're going to just put Des Day 2022. It's going to be Gringos Are Us, Des Day 2022. We'll stop using it in our intros. It won't be on any of our materials. I started upgrading a lot of stuff so that it's removed. I'll change the description of the channel. We will stop using the word expat in that way, describing us, because we will not be temporary residents any longer. I still don't have an issue with the word. I know it triggers some people. Um, Mostly what it does is people think that those who use the word expat consider themselves too good to be called immigrants.
2 out of the 3 trolls that triggered her today use the word expats in their
And,
diatribe. So
but
just
I wasn't even paying attention to how they used
no,
it.
I'm just
It was
saying.
just the foul language in general. But anyway,
Well,
we're getting off subject again. So anyway, that's what's going to be coming. Is we are going to be changing our identity in that way. Um, I didn't think immigrants with a plan really worked.
no.
So that's a positive thing, I think, for us anyway. It
Well,
doesn't mean that I think any less of people that are using expat. I don't think you do either. What, honey?
Des Day 1925 on my beer. So yeah,
So we're going to be Des Day
if it's good
2022.
enough for Corona, who are we to argue?
Yes. And if you've noticed, I did start to update some of our banners and things like that. And I'm thinking ahead. I'm thinking ahead of Mextranjero. I'm thinking about a banner that we could have for our table, maybe some stickers, things like that.
Yep. And we're gonna rebrand the merchandise. So if any of you, for any reason,
Nobody buys our merchandise.
yeah,
You know why?
I'm just saying
Nobody buys it because it's overpriced.
we don't get, and we don't get to set the price. Yeah, I mean,
No, I mean, like, I might have like a 10% fee on it that goes to us. But the fact of the matter is they overprice the stuff. It's barely affordable if we buy it at the stock rate.
now some of the I'll give them credit.
It's a really good product.
That's a damn good
It is.
product.
It is a
I
good.
mean,
It is a very good travel mug, and it keeps my coffee hot
and
for hours.
keeps my Coke cold.
Yeah,
You know, all night long. I can fill that up, put it
but
beside the bed.
it's like I think $20 at our rate.
It's 29.99.
See, so that would
No,
have
I didn't say it was affordable.
I
Just,
think that's. I mean, to ask somebody to spend at 30 something
all
dollars.
I'm throwing it out there.
I actually considered removing those merchandise links. I think it's a waste of time, but what do I know? You know, I leave
mean,
them up. You never know, but I don't think anyone's ever bought a damn thing off those merch links.
other than us, no.
Other than us, we buy branded clothing, jacket. I bought that jacket. You bought a jacket.
Oh, I've got 2 golf shirts, and
Yeah.
Fortunately, only one of them has the Gringos R Us expats with a plan on it, because I prefer just the Gringos R Us regular logo.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, whatever.
for 2027, yeah, I got to get some fresh stuff.
But anyway, that's the big plan. It's mostly that we're removing the expats from our branding, and we're going to be doing things to prepare for the permanent residency. And I even looked up, what does citizenship entail, because frankly, well, you never know.
I know. I get that. I understand the desire to do it. I look at it and go, I don't know enough to be able to vote intelligently.
Well, it doesn't mean you have to. I'm just saying.
No. I get all that, but you know what? Let me just
I know.
live my life here. I mean, Mark Valdez, Sloppy Joe on here. He and I were having a conversation when they were down here at our last party, and it was one of those where it's like, just let me live my life and enjoy the people that are down here, and I have no reason to try and upset them any way, shape, or form. Let them run their country
Yeah.
their way.
Yeah. Well, getting citizenship doesn't mean you have to vote.
I get that. I get that. But
But I'm not saying. I mean, I've looked at it.
yeah,
I've looked into what is required there. Um, but it's time to start planting those roots, and the permanency is it's another big step, and we have to start looking at things
well, the
like,
permanency is here. I
yeah,
mean,
it's
I
another
mean,
it's the final big step for us.
Well-
Well, maybe the final, but
yeah, but I mean, the biggest thing is it was interesting. I think that last week or earlier this week, I think it was earlier this week, you and I were having the conversation, and we were in the kitchen, and you looked at me and went, "This truly is the best thing that
Yeah.
we have ever done."
that's true.
And I went, without a doubt.
I mean, I
With-
did.
without a doubt.
I said that to him in the kitchen. I'm like, this really was the best thing we have ever done for ourselves.
Yeah. And we're happier, which the rest of the world be damned. We love all y'all. But you know what? If we're happy, that's really what matters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
And the part of it that makes us happy, and this is really weird.
Is it?
Well, to me it is because it wasn't the case in the US this way. But what really makes it work for us, and the reason we're happier, we have friends here.
Yeah. We never had friends in the
We
US.
have, I mean, honest to God, I mean, Annie, Vet, and Arlene,
Okay.
you guys
wait.
are our angels. I mean,
And when we say that, I'm not taking my friendships with my Genesis friends
No.
lightly. It's just that they didn't live anywhere near us. So we actually have friends that we hang out with as couples and do things with
Yeah.
together. Weekend and
and
techies,
and
restaurants,
and
you know.
the circles keep growing.
Yep.
I mean, Mark Valdez and his wife Claudia, Wilfredo and Claudia, Cesar. I mean,
Saul and Dulce.
Saul and Dulce. I mean, Esther and Mike. It just
Yes.
keeps as longer we're here, the more it keeps
Oh,
growing.
and we got Mary and Scott now.
Mary and Scott and Chapala.
We got the
Lisa and Terry.
Mortera family in Veracruz.
I mean, and we really shouldn't have started down this friggin'
it's
road
just going to keep going.
because we're gonna friggin' omit somebody who's important.
Yes.
Lisa
we
and
will.
Don and Watuco.
We try to remember everyone. It's hard.
But the thing is, it's a different level of friendship.
It's a deeper, more meaningful,
Yes.
more satisfactory, more complete friendship than any friendship we had as a couple in the US. When we were in the US, we had friends, yes, but they were more like
Acquaintances.
drinking buddies, karaoke buddies. It's not like we would go over to each other's houses and hang out on a regular basis or go do things together. No, nothing like that. Poker buddies. That was it. Most of my friends were people I knew at work, and you know as well as I do that they're not really your friends. They're your coworkers that you get along with.
No, and the community.
Yeah.
Lisa and Romy. God forbid should I leave them out. The community that we have here. Mark and Vicky. God,
You almost forgot Mark and Vicky. See, may
I-
lightning strike you.
I know. I knew as soon as we started down this damn road, it was going to be one of those where it was like, oh shit, somebody's going to go, really?
didn't
I
say
didn't make
me.
your list.
You didn't make the list.
But
Say Sar.
I said say sorry.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
But these people have all made our lives better.
Yeah.
Better. And that's the part that we didn't have in the US.
Yep.
And that's the part, you know,
And you inspire us.
oh,
Even if we haven't met you in person, you're inspiring us. You're here.
Tommy.
Tommy.
I mean,
oh, we met Tommy in person.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's one of those things where when I was at Bruno's and
Oh,
I got up to say something.
I wrote that down, so thank you, Gringo Amigos.
I got up to say something because 16 people took time out of their lives
Yep.
to come and share time with us.
And that's kind of a misnomer because it was a really long table. So 16 people came to eat dinner with us, but we really only got to talk to the 4 or 5 that were near us.
But the secret to it is when we started this channel, what would we have thought success meant? Success would have been we were Tangerine Travels.
Oh, please.
No. I mean that was our at the time. That was our thought process.
It was inspiring.
That we could have 100,000 subscribers, and every time we dropped a video, it would do 100,000 plus, and this and that, and that was going to be success. And what we have found out is that because of all of you, success is this whole community, and what you guys have given to us.
Yep.
Is so much more important, and that to us makes us feel like we have done something that's important, and that it inspires us and it makes us happy. That's the part that we never ever had a dream of being able to sit there and go, you know what, we're going to have a community here that goes, we care about you, this, that, boom, boom, boom. Well, ain't gonna make us any money.
As we have often said, our travels, we never anticipated the friendships. It wasn't something we thought about. There was no forethought in that at all.
No, and you guys have become such a family to us.
And so being happy is the ultimate goal.
It is. And that's the part. We now look at success as going, you know what? I don't pay attention to the last number over here, because the last number over here is how much money we made for a month. You guys have given us so much more than what YouTube has ever paid us. We really don't care, because you guys have really made our lives complete. And that's the part that beyond belief.
Look at this. Agreed. We love you guys. Did we say Annie and Arlene?
I did.
May lightning strike you if you did not.
Who were the first two that I absolutely said? I mean,
we didn't have this kind of friendship in the States. It seems like it's a rare thing. And yet here we are. And we adore you guys as well. Yes.
No, I said Annie and Arlene are best friends in all of Mexico.
Those are our girls.
I mean,
those are our girls for sure. You've built a community of great friends, and us subscribers feel so included in your lives. Thank you. That's how we want it to be.
No, we didn't know it.
We didn't know. That's how we want it to be.
It was one of those things that organically grew, and suddenly all of you guys became so important to us that the major goal is, all right, I'm gonna borrow a line from KJ the other day. When we were having the Mextranjero.
Does he get royalties on this?
He may, whatever. Here, bud. Here's a buck. But when we were having
Here's a taco.
yeah, the brunch meeting and everything else, and he goes, you know, don't screw this up. And I'm paraphrasing because he was not quite so nice. He's a little blunter than that. But the one thing that we now look at this community as is the one thing we cannot do is screw it up. It's too important to us to not screw it up, because you guys give us a hell of a lot more than you ever ever will know.
Yep.
You give us the energy, you give us the drive, you give us all of that makes us do what we do. And you know what? It's not work. Well, she may go, well, at times it really is, but
It is work. It takes time, but it's a work of passion.
you know,
Yeah.
you guys give us so much energy and everything else, and we know we get private messages that worry about health issues and things like that, which only goes to show that you guys are looking at us and going,
You're watching out for us as well.
yep.
Yes. We've gotten messages about things people notice, concerns about our health and stuff like that.
Mostly me.
But it shows that you're watching out for
Yes.
us as well. And we do appreciate that. I mean, that means a lot. It means that we're more than just a couple of talking heads. you know, um, Arlene, when we came here at first, my sis told me, I know you guys don't know people here, but you will find your tribe. And we did. Love you. We love you guys too.
We have
really do.
we have the greatest tribe that in my lifetime I've ever known.
Tribes are us.
Tribes are us. There you go. Tribes are us. I mean, no, seriously. I mean, you think about it. We get together here with one of the parties, and it's just it flows. Everybody loves the people that are here, and that's something that is so hard to find.
Did I miss Stephanie? Is Stephanie on here?
I think Stephanie's traveling.
Hold on. Okay. So one of my reasons for moving south of the border is to acquire friends. For the last 15 years, I've been a workaholic and a recluse. I'm looking forward to that ending. Yeah. Yeah. To have people to just whatever. I mean, Mary and Scott, they go to the American Legion. It cracks me up. There's an American Legion there, but they go there. They play cards. They play like trivia, music trivia.
They
games.
know every swinging ink that's there.
Yes.
I mean, everybody.
Yes, I mean
They know everybody.
They gather there. They've made friends. They have activities that they can participate in. Man, I can't tell you when I did that in the U.S.
That's the answer right there at the bottom.
Tribal crew. I'm writing it down. I'm keeping the list. I'm doing it. This will eventually get somewhere when I have time. You wait till you guys see the Manzanillo video. I'm very proud of myself. There are still some things I wish I could do. I'm learning how. There are some things I wish I could do, but I think it's very cinematic in the filters that I've used, in the music that I use, to the extent that when we made the video, it's got no dialogue. I was just like, you know what? Just let somebody watch this. This is fun just to watch. It was like a travelogue without talking. So I was like, that's how we're going to keep it. We'll do an intro real quick, an outro at the end, about 5-10 minutes talk at the end. Everything else is just.
And we were actually
video.
quick.
Yeah.
Which for us is unusual.
All right. I think we are close to the end of our time here. We are at
Not
Three,
3.5 hours.
almost 3.5 hours. That's a long time. It always is a long time, isn't it? It doesn't seem like it. Oh, wait, Tom. What you got here? Las tribus somos nosotros.
Ooh, tribes are us.
I said that. I read it down.
Ooh.
Tribes are us. Tribal grooves. Oh, it's just there's something about grooves that just seems icky. Like the word moist, which never bothered me, but it does bother some people. I don't know. I think it's because Gru from Despicable Me just keeps coming to mind. But
Mom,
I know you didn't watch the movie, so
that moist group, neither one of them bothers me in the least. So,
I get it.
I mean,
I know tribal grooves. We'll think about it. I'll write that down too. Got lots to throw out there. It's not for me to decide. I was just, whoops, where did my note go? I was just trying to find something that worked. Stop that. I'm trying to write.
the amazing thing, though, out of all of this
Tribal grooves.
is how many of you over here on the chat now know each other?
Oh, yeah.
And when you start putting that together, and the beautiful thing is we know a lot of you over there personally, and that's the part that makes it all work. It really, I mean, it was the whole impetus behind Mextranjero. No shit. I wasn't going there, but
Stop. Okay, that's enough, sir.
Yeah. The moist grooves.
The moist grooves. Be a whole lot more moist if you're in those humid locations. I'm not where your mind is. I'm just saying my mind is not there. Oh Lord.
But
boy, this is going down the tubes real fast. Gringo's tricolor. Gringo's tricolor. I'm not.
But the amazing thing is how many of you now actually know one another?
That's true.
You
regularly show up and you interact and chat with each other, and some of you have met in person.
And some of you have met each other in person.
Yep.
And all of you are friends of ours. I don't want to sound braggadocious.
Oh my, start again.
What?
That's horrible. Braggadocious. What is that?
It's a word.
Is it a real word?
Yes, it is.
Oh,
feel free. How many times you've gone, oh my God, where'd you get that word? And it's like,
I have never heard somebody use that word. Okay.
But well, not as many people read as much as I do.
Braggadocious?
But not to sound braggadocious, but you keep throwing me on my track.
I'm sorry. Back on the track.
Shit, now I forgot where I'm at. No, anyway. Oh, God.
This is down the tubes now. It is. It's over.
Anyway. No. You're killing me.
Look at the comments now. Oh my God.
You're killing me here.
Oh my God.
No. The beauty of it is that, okay, we may have been the impetus behind a lot of this, but you guys are the ones that make it all work. And you guys all meeting one another and creating your own friendships, that's just icing on the cake. I'm being...
I like it.
Well, yeah, but you're busting on me for braggadocious because you don't
braggadocious.
Think you don't. That is somebody who has being a little over the top and willing to.
Okay, I believe you. You're a very well read person. What a word.
Well, it's the appropriate word.
It sounds like something that came out of the valley during the 80s. So quit bogarting my braggadocious.
Leave my damn braggadocious alone. See,
look, I know. I believe him. If you knew how many books he has read, how many books he reads a week, he's very well read. He can come up with some words that I have never heard in my life.
But it was the appropriate word because I did not want to sound like I'm over-toting or over-tooting our own horn.
I understand. What? See, the maestro. He is the maestro. Check him out. He's a vocabulary dude. Braggadocious, our vocabulary word of the day. I don't know. It just feels like it's got such a. It's like Snoop coming up with his words.
Oh, that'll be the first time in my life that I have ever been compared to Snoop Dogg.
I'm thinking like, shiznit.
Shiznit. Bow to the bow.
Oh, now we're doing Kid Rock.
I mean,
bow with a bow. Yeah, shiznit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm just like, really? Braggadocious? I could see Sean Penn saying this during Fast Times at Ridgemont High. That's how I'm thinking of it. Braggadocious.
God. No. Hey, Mr. Hand, I don't want to be braggadocious, man, but this pizza's coming. I mean,
that's just how it's rolling on me. It's feeling so very 80s Valley vibe right now. The fact that it's a real word, it's killing me. It's killing me. Now we must all go play Scrabble. That's right. Doesn't say braggadocious.
That'd be worth a shit pot full of letters because you got 2 G's and a B.
Yeah, but you wouldn't get really, really high score value out of it.
The biggest problem you have is you have way too many letters on your.
I know. I know. My peeps. There is someone who wears orange makeup who was very braggadocious. Oh, let's see. Snoop. Yes, Snoop. Shizzle my whizzle. It's braggadocious.
I hate to just introduce these words.
It's bodacious, man.
Braggadocious, not bodacious.
You're wheezing my juice.
Well.
All right, guys, we got to go.
Now we're back to moist.
Well, no. No, we're not. Stop. He's taking it to the gutter.
Well, duh. Where do I always go? Boom.
I play word for a few. Oh God, some words. All right, I will share this since we're bringing up these words. There was I think the game was Boulder Dash, I think.
Boulder Dash.
I don't know. And I was playing with some friends from college. And one time I got stuck with the word flarted. Flarted.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a real word.
It is.
Is it? Well,
yes.
I had to come up with a definition or a use of the word. And I basically said it was a Shakespearean word for passing gas.
No.
I know it's not. I'm just saying what I said it was in the game. And I said, thou hast flaunted.
Oh, and while we're discussing.
And guess what? I won whatever the part
yes,
is.
well.
I won that round.
If you have the audacity to pull that out, go right ahead. And we just got done today seeing that the University of Maryland has now got a pair of underwear that will track your flatulence.
Okay, but tell me what flarted means.
Well, flarted?
I said, yeah, you said it is a word.
I know it is.
Okay, what is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
But I said it was a Shakespearean fart.
I know it is a real word, but I don't have the ability to pull that out right now at the top of my, head.
Wait, new word. I gotta pronounce this first. Onomatopoeia.
Onomatopoeia.
Must be Hawaiian. I don't know. Is it Hawaiian?
No,
I don't know what
Hawaiian.
it is. I don't know what it is. I would have to look it up. You're gonna laugh. I will look it up. Apparently, you can't say it, so I need to look it up. All right.
I'm the one that knew it was onomatopoeia.
Incredible, right? Makes me wonder what it really is and where his mind has been.
Like she doesn't know.
All right, guys. Yes, I think we need to shut it down because now we're going beyond 3.5 hours. Oh my gosh. Have a great weekend or night and week. Laugh. We tried to laugh. I can't find flarted on Google. Thank you. I made it up during that balderdash game. That was my word. I said it was a Shakespearean fart. I don't know if
it could be,
but it's not. I don't know. It was part of the game. I made it up. So, Google. All right, guys, we're heading out. Thank you so much for being on here and watching these two idiots laugh about dumb words.
Hey.
The word maestro knows all. I have to go look up that word now that Tommy gave us.
Onomatopoeia.
I got a pia too.
Oh, well, that's up to you.
It sounds like a word swoosh. It's the sound of a word like swoosh, peesh. I have to go pia too now. Because it's been 3.5 hours and I haven't been up yet. And I've been drinking a lot. So we're gonna see you in 2 weeks.
Dose.
Love you guys too. Let's see what's the next video coming out. Next video coming out is Guadalajara.
Outstanding video. She outdid herself. First time we are doing one with nighttime drone.
It's a very brief moment.
Yeah.
But anyway, Guadalajara is next. The video after that is Gringo shopping at the Super Lake.
Oh.
Woo, baby. And
Ooh.
then the video after that is going to be Manzanillo.
Manzanillo.
Which I'm actually proud of. So, okay.
Tells you a lot right there.
I wish I could have done it better. Always do. But I am proud of it.
Yes.
All right, guys. We love you all. Thank you for hanging out with us. Couple of idiots. Except he's the word sleuth. So he gets credit for that. Onomatopoeia. I got a pia too. Bye, guys.
Adios.
2 weeks. Love you.